Welcome to PBKC Streaming Live. Streaming Live. Streaming live in West Palm Beach, Florida.
All right. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for joining us. I'm Matt F., and with me is the man, the myth, the legend, That Tall Josh.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Glad to be here, Mike.
Subordinate? All right. Today we're going to bring you our Thursday $150 buy-in, 3K guarantee pot limit Omaha tournament feature to final. And as we pick up the action live-ish, I believe we are at 18 players. And we're going to kick it off here with our first hand.
There we go.
Amazing and talented dealer Chris in the box, who gave us a bit of a spoiler.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
show
he came
coming
over
up,
and gave
yeah.
us a preview of what was
Right,
up to come.
exactly. No, we're not going to tell you guys. We're going to.
Mark with the textured hand, but he's facing a raise. I don't think he's not coming in.
Nope.
He's having a hard time, like walking on the big ball and balancing.
Hey, now.
Mark and his fabulous hat will not participate in this hand.
He's got wheel cards. That's always good. Suited ace.
Hey,
I'll put a raise in on that.
We're still on the stream. I'm like, I don't think we're that pretty.
Hi,
We're kind of pretty. But
bye.
so let me get rid of that.
Yeah. All right, Chad, if you're listening, let us know how that table sounds. We kind of turned them up a little bit, so hopefully they're not buzzing or anything.
That, and you should just chime in whenever, just
That's
because,
true. That's true.
for the audience participation.
Glad to have you.
Because we do like the audience participation on this show.
It is true. It big true.
Big true. 4.5K. Or 5.5K, rather. Pre-flop. So let's see some cards. Wow.
How's that, Randy?
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
You're going to need a bigger boat.
Somebody like that flop.
Oh, yeah. The moon, the bit was Randy. Uh-huh.
Mike.
If I knew Randy was
went
going to
all
be
in
here,
behind.
I would have worn my Macho Man outfit.
I'm wondering now if, oh my goodness.
What the
Randy
hey?
just shoved. So Lance bet 5K. Mike went all in for 4.5. He was short stacked anyway.
Right.
And then Randy came over the top with 44,000 all in. He turns over the 5-4 and shows him he's got it already made. Oh, okay.
Right.
So Lance did not
No, Lance
continue.
folded.
Okay. That was a good fold.
Ooh!
Wow.
Oh, pain-gasm.
Wow.
Oh, if you tuned in for the pain, ladies and gentlemen, you're getting it right off the bat in the first hand.
Fortunate he only had 4.5.
I wish we had a replay button. I could do that
Yeah.
bit from The Simpsons. It's like, okay, right here is
Right.
you could see where his heart broke.
Yep. He got him on that one.
Ace 3, 4, 5.
Well, I said he needed a bigger boat to beat Randy, and, well, he went and got him one.
He turns out he heard you. He agreed with you also. I realized my volume was turned up.
Yeah, a little bit,
Trying to get us a couple more people watching.
I thought my voice was a little more baritone, but apparently not.
Well, the music, the camera adds 10 pounds.
I guess. And takes away 2 octaves, it would seem.
Right.
Oh, I can't wait until that gets shown. You should hear what they say.
Excuse me, we do not swear. Much.
I try not to.
I actually got the memo from the boss about that.
Yeah.
So, like, when you're on the stream, you're not in church, but
Right.
just
It's a
keep the
relatively,
worst of the swear words.
Right.
Try not to do it, which
Not
is fine.
necessarily a family show, but definitely a family business. So they.
Hey, kids
Probably
got to
care
learn.
about
Kids
that,
got to
you
learn
know.
how to play poker somewhere. So yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, we should be a little more kid friendly, I think.
Yeah, that's the only way to make new poker players. Get people playing. Not kids. necessarily.
Watching,
Yeah.
watching, kids
Right.
watching. It's okay for them to
Right.
watch. But you got to be 18
King.
to play.
Somebody folded a king. I didn't see who it was.
21 in some states.
Yeah. And that's better.
Of course, because you can order drinks while you're playing.
A lot of kings. Aces are now full house. Ed sitting on the best of it. I bet Randy thinks he's probably good, though. If this checks around, Mark and Randy will probably call a small bet on the river.
Randy thought he was good last time, too.
Yeah.
Look where it got him.
Ed-
Oh, wow.
Yeah, queens for Randy. It doesn't change his
well,
hands.
I mean,
Yeah.
no, it doesn't, but. And Miss
Ed went ahead
Nancy.
and put out a 5K bet. No, Randy did.
Miss Nancy jumps into the chats.
Hey, Nancy.
I always say she's got it wrong, you know. She says everybody else rocks, but that's classic projection. You know, 'cause Nancy rocks. Nancy rocks more than everybody.
Yeah. No, king's full of aces. That's the hand.
Yeah, he needed another queen on that board for his queens
Yeah.
to help with that one.
Yeah. That was his second hand. Yeah, that was the second
right.
hand. So that was the
Almost
second.
forgot
That was
that
the one he was
part,
talking about. Yeah. I thought he was talking about the jack on the turn.
Right.
But it turns out he was talking about the aces being good.
So, yeah, those were the two hands.
Yeah.
And,
Brutal.
yeah, he said they were they were something to watch, and he was right.
Yep. Yep. That's a good way. We started with a bang today, folks.
Great content. Great content.
Started with a bang. That's
Good job,
right.
Chris.
Bunch of cool guys at the table. I've known most of them for a long time.
Mark's hat is new for me.
Yeah. He's worn it on the
No,
show
he's
before.
he's gotten lots of hats, but
Yeah.
I don't recall seeing that one. But if you say he's worn it here before, I'll believe you.
Yeah. He's actually worn it on the stream before, yeah. He's also got one that's like a slash hat.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've seen that one.
Yeah. Pretty good. All right.
Now we
Call
can
for
work. Now we
Mike.
can work on our reading skills.
Yeah.
Mike raising with that mystery hand. I wonder what it is.
All righty. Tim drops out with the mediums. You never want to have middle cards.
No.
High cards and low cards, those are good. Medium cards, usually not great in this game.
Yes, Jay Free, we do indeed have the boss man in the booth.
Oh, yeah.
So watch what you say. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Like, even when he's not here, he's always here. So you can't misbehave. You will get caught.
Oh. Ed flops a flush. I
Gotta
don't know
have
what
heart.
Lance and Mike have.
Gotta have heart to win this game.
Let's see. Lance check. Mike says 20,000. We're over to Randy, who got the right shape but the wrong color, or the right color but the wrong shape.
Okay, there it is.
Yeah. Randy played here forever ago. I used to run a tournament on Friday night where a lot of these guys played. Mark played it. Tim played it. It was actually the biggest thing going in poker down here on
Right, at the
Friday
time.
night. Yeah. I would get the biggest one I got was like 280 for a regular
Yeah, I
$30 buy-in, $20 rebuy Friday night tournament.
Yeah, I
280
didn't
players.
play those because I played here before I worked here. But
Yeah.
I usually did the sit and goes. The sit
Yeah.
and goes were the big thing.
Yeah. We
I'd just
ran
come
those
in,
like
I'd
crazy.
fold my way to third to get my money back, and then try to go from there.
Right.
Because like 5 people would be out in the first 3 hands
Yeah.
because they're all just shoving with anything
Yeah.
decent looking.
Well, this is the only way to play.
And trying to bully the table. Right.
I learned down here during that time that you don't bet for people to fold. You bet for them to call. If they fold, then you can be disappointed. But don't think that you're going to run them out of a pot down here. All right. So this is PLO, Pot Limit Omaha.
For those of you unfamiliar with the game, you play 2 cards out of your 4, and they must be 2, only 2, not 1, not 3.
Exactly 2 from your hand.
2.
Right.
So.
And this is not a high-low game. Right?
No, it's just high.
It's regular
just high
only. So that changes some of the calculus. This is playing, Omaha, for the you don't know, is also played high-low. So you're splitting the pots.
It's a lot more math for the dealer.
Yep. Mark has hit the flush in this case, but is – oh, wait. I'm looking at the wrong cards. Okay.
Right, okay.
Never mind.
It's okay. It happens.
Tim's got equity. Okay.
Please be merciful, chat, even though I know you won't.
2 pair. Not a ton of drawing out there.
No.
9 hits. Open-ended on Elliott. Yeah, okay. And a forest of cards comes flying at the dealer. Mark doesn't like his chances. He said see y'all later, but he does have a straight draw.
Roughly 1 and 3, but a lot of his outs are dead. But he
one.
hits one. He only had 3 active outs, and he gets one.
Yeah, must be nice. How you do that?
Yeah, teach me that someday, Mark, because I can.
The dice throwing mold there.
Right. Make a dice move and get your card.
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't think I've seen that ever in this game.
Well, he did that after he got the card.
I'm definitely stealing it next time I go down.
Yeah.
And play at
I think he's doing
one of the rooms that we don't mention by name. Yeah. Because this is our show, and they can go find their own publicity.
And so from now on, he's been like carrying around a rabbit. I hadn't asked. I hadn't made the offer. So if you see scars on top of his head, it's a damn rabbit trying to get out.
That's amazing. He's got a rabbit inside that hat.
I was going to say, yeah, that is a pretty big hat, though. You probably could keep a bunny in there.
Magic.
I should put you on camera for that.
Yeah.
He did the jazz hands thing when he did that.
The ASPCA.
Did you get that from that show, Ugly Americans?
I don't remember where it was.
It was like The Office, except with like magical creatures.
Yeah.
And like the Office wizard, he would do that. Whenever anything happened, he would just go, magic.
No.
Stop rabbit abuse.
Stop rabbit abuse.
$19.95 a month.
Oh.
And we will make sure this rabbit abuser
The arms of the angels.
Good gravy.
There's a set of 3s
Yep,
from Mike. Yeah.
The other Mike quickly folds.
Yeah. All in again from Mark. He's got 10, 9, 8, 5, 2 pair with a heart draw. And Mike's set has no hearts. But Ed still has the nut heart draw. He's out of there.
Yeah.
So Mark got, he picked up equity when Ed folded.
Can you refund Mark's money? He didn't realize this was PLO. He can't see from this seat.
PLO. High only. No high low.
There's a
Players.
rabbit digging into the top of his head.
He's wearing a stupid hat.
I wouldn't say
That
stupid.
hat is amazing.
Yeah, I wouldn't say stupid at all.
Bite your tongue, sir. You're just jealous you don't have such a fine piece of headgear.
Reeling off the 2 pairs, and he just
And there's the
filled
boat.
up.
Yep.
So he's got the magic right now.
Indeed.
Mike needed a bigger boat, like you say.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate losing with a full house.
Yeah.
So you really are pulling a rabbit out of your hat.
It's funny.
It's only funny if he does it in the Bullwinkle voice.
Right.
Hey, Rocky, watch me pull a rabbit out of my head. That old trick, it will never work.
Mark, it's good, clean living, Nancy. He's living right. That's what's working.
Apparently, I can't do that when I play.
Good, clean living?
Yeah. Well, I don't wear the cape anymore. I mean, I only wore the cape to play cards once, and I did pretty good that night.
You got the ring on, though. That's important.
So maybe I
We
should
got
try it again.
The championship ring on Matt's hand today. We'll have to show that off.
That's not good enough.
There you go.
Now we'll do it on the big later.
Yeah.
Not now, obviously, but later. Later we will.
First and last, buddy.
Was wearing it last night on date night.
There you go.
And I asked, I'm like, does it bother you? I'll take it off. And she's like, no. Went to
You
the
should have
games
asked her
for
if it's
so
impressive.
long.
Yeah.
Well, she bought it for me. So
Yeah. Are
it's
you
my Christmas
impressed by
present.
this? No, she's a good one.
Yeah, she is. But she said, as a man, you did for years and years, all they did was lose. So you want to wear your ring around town. I'm not going to stop you. She's like, just don't wear it when you eat, because then it'll get like all messed up.
Back around the mic. Did somebody raise? Yeah. Lance raised to 6K, so there's 5,000 more to call. Mike is in. Randy's in. And Elliot calls.
Oh,
Big cards, big flop.
Flops a boat.
Set.
How do you guys do this? This is literally driving me nuts.
Not a boat.
No, not a boat.
You got a
But
set of aces.
Right, I said set
That's
first.
yeah.
Right.
Top set's pretty good. King, Queen, 10, 9 probably likes this board a little bit.
Yeah, if I'm Lance, I love this board.
Yeah. Randy will call.
So,
He's
yeah,
got
another-
Jack 8,
another
5,
Jack or six, right, then it's
yeah, he's got 2 pair
top
on the
set.
flop. Yeah. He does not want to fill up, but he doesn't know that yet.
No. No one can know. And a deuce. When did Stu get to the table?
I didn't even see him yet. Oh my goodness! Runner flush for
Wow,
Lance.
definitely not the way
How
he
about
drew it
flop
up.
the best and then end up with the best?
Yeah, but not flush.
Yeah. Just with the texture of the cards out there, I don't know that he's going to get. Oh well, no. See, 10 Jack, King, Queen, A. He's got Elliot's got a straight.
Yeah, he's got Broadway.
Did he check around? Yeah, he checked around with it. Come on, buddy.
Slow
roll
he
it.
pulled the James Coburn and Maverick.
Yeah.
I have 2 small pair, 8s and ace. So happy when he lost. I mean, it was supposed to be a poker movie set in the Old West. I said, in the Old West, they shot people for stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. Trash talking.
Wasn't even the first time he did it in the movie either. He did it earlier.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, a flush. That's a good hand. It beats 1, 2, 3 queens, but not 4.
Yeah.
I think they just reacted to your, Mike, I think they just reacted to your first hand. It's because you guys all hate me and want me to leave.
Dang, man. Hate's a strong word. No.
I'm okay.
I mean, I consider
Wonderful and
myself.
responsive staff
Yeah,
here.
I consider myself pretty ruthless at the table when I'm playing, but I don't hate anybody.
Right.
I just want their money.
Hate is emotional.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no place for that.
I'm like, I mean, if you feel that strong about it, bro, after I take your money, we'll go for a beer, I'll buy, but.
Yeah. There was a song. Hate is a strong word, but I really, really, really don't like you. All right. Kings for Lance. That's about all we got out there. No
for
diamonds
Bruce.
even coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 pair on Bruce. He's Mike's got a gut shot. Lance has a gut shot. So a nice big bet could take it for anybody. And
They're all scared of the diamonds. Not that I blame them.
no, of course, yeah.
One 15-15 blinds are going up, and that's the thing about tournament play. If you pass chips around a lot,
Yeah.
eventually the blinds will get you.
Yep, that's how it goes, especially with the big blind ante now. The big blind is, like you can see, is 2,000 now. And then whoever's in the big blind has to post another 2,000.
15-15.
Oh, is it 15?
Plus the
Yeah.
small, yeah, so 1,015.
So 1,015, 15
So
as of now.
that's 4K in orbit.
Yeah, that's a number. If you see these stacks, your average stacks probably in the neighborhood of 30,000. So it's not a huge.
No, that's 8.5 orbits roughly.
Yeah.
1,500.
It's like a negotiation going on down there. Ed on the end. See, in this game, Mike's going to do it. You raise. Because if you let everybody see the flop,
Right.
somebody's going to outflop you. There you go.
It makes it 10. Did I hear that correctly? 10K?
He said pot, so I guess whatever it
Okay,
is.
right. 10. Or,
Yeah.
Oh, 12K. 12.
Yeah.
Repot. No hesitation. Just goes right for it with the
That
kings.
was Ed with the kings.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the ideal, is to knock out everybody and have kings versus aces. Hope you get lucky.
Well, like the old song says, Mama said knock you out.
Yep.
So Randy, just kind of chilling.
He hasn't done anything yet,
Yeah,
I don't think.
Short stacks.
Oh, I guess he did.
With 4K, I mean, what can you do in that spot?
He called.
Jack 10, and you got some clubs.
He called, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. So we got 3 players all in.
You just watch. Bruce, you just watch. I'm putting my bag on now.
Mike's not confident in his aces. Got diamonds on it, though. Still best on the flop. That'll help.
There's an ace. It'll help tremendously. River card.
Yeah, he got it. Did I win? It's like upset that he
Like
won.
sit
there.
down. Like
Oh, man. I won. Good game, Randy.
and
Yeah, I didn't see he was short. See, that's
Yeah,
what it was.
that's-
Yeah, he was getting equity out of that hand.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he already called the blind, so it's 1,500. He only had 4K left. So
Yeah.
what are you gonna do with 2,500?
Right, exactly.
By folding there. Sure, he wasn't thrilled with his hand, especially when he saw aces and kings. But
Oh.
no, he had some clubs. He had some straight cards.
Yeah. Jack 10's player's hand. It's one of the most versatile. Yeah. Mike's holding made it more difficult for Randy to get anything of value.
Don't act way behind when you got 60%. I don't have 60%.
No, well, he's not factoring in the third player. He's just talking about aces versus kings. There was a third player in that, which diluted the equity pool quite a bit.
Aces against pocket kings.
I've never used the PLO calculator, but
I have one, but I don't.
I didn't do that. I just made an odds chart and broke everything down into ratios. So it doesn't matter if it's 3.678 to 1. It's roughly 4 to 1. You know, it's 3.5 to 1.
I thought my math was good. I didn't go to the 4th decimal place.
Right.
I would just kind of round it up to the next whole number.
Yeah. Well, Ed, who just got stung on that hand with kings, just flopped a flush. He was all in pre-flop because he was crippled by the last hand. So maybe he's getting a little karma reward. Bruce has ace, queen, queen, queen. If you got 3 of a kind in your hand, throw it away.
Don't I know it?
No, you have 2 queens.
Right.
Yeah, he said it. I mean 2 queens.
Actually, he has 1 queen, ace queen.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Yeah, can't go anywhere.
no.
You know, not with that stack up against that bed.
No, that was my first ever time playing Omaha. I got 3 sevens.
Yeah. That's a rude awakening, isn't it?
And then the 7 came on the flop.
Yeah.
So I'm potting it every time because
Yeah.
I'm thinking I got quads. The board didn't pair. The other guy hit a straight. And I'm like, I got quads. And the whole table's laughing at me. And God bless the dealer. She was a nice lady.
Yeah.
She kept from laughing. I could tell she was straining, though. Like,
Right.
like, no, sir, you have 3 of a kind. I'm like, no, look, I have quads. Look, I have 3 of them. No, sir, you have to play 2 cards. You have a set of 7s. And the other player has a straight, so he wins.
No.
Expensive lesson. Figure it cost me about $300.
Yeah. I believe those tournament buy-ins were $240. The Coconut Creek ones, the hand count tournaments, the PLO, that's when I played the first PLO tournament. Actually, it was actually a Omaha 8 tournament. But I believe it was a structured limit. Those tournaments, for all the hand count tournaments they used to run down south, just keep your chips until the end and jam them all in on the last hand and
Right.
hope that, you know. I wrote Daniel Negreanu an email. I'm like, listen, this is the structure and the buy-ins of the tournaments that we're playing in Florida right now. Is this worth it to play? And he just wrote back, that's goofy stupid. He's like, that's goofy stupid. I was like, okay, thank you.
So that was just an adjective.
Yeah.
He wasn't
one
calling
hyphenated
you
word.
goofy
No.
or
Yeah.
stupid.
No, that tournament's goofy stupid. Which is the first time I'd ever heard that phrase.
Right. Thinking it was like a Disney thing.
Right.
Like, hey, Pluto. I'm like, it's goofy, stupid.
Yeah.
At least Daniel Negreanu talks to you. He never talked to me. I don't think I've ever seen so many dead outs
Yeah.
on this show.
Yeah. Rags.
He thinks he has 17 outs and he has 2.
Rags out there. Yeah.
Watch him catch one, though. That'll be
Huh?
funny
Pair of queens
as
is
hell.
leading right now. He doesn't want a 4 or a 5. Well, I guess he wants a 5, but there's only that's gone.
And nope,
Yeah.
that's not one of those outs.
No help. Yeah. Yeah. Nice hand. Nice game. Joaquin. I'm sure he's gotten more lucky before now, but
I
that
hope
was
so.
not the moment.
Because if that's his regular poker life, dude, you need another game.
No. He's been on here before. He's a
Right.
good player. And I like this. You get to see a little bit of the poker superstition coming out. Did you notice Mark flipping over all the chips that were upside down?
Yeah.
Players have a lot of little idiosyncrasies like that. It's entertaining.
Especially if you're paying attention.
Yeah. Well, that's what I do at a poker table, which is why it's difficult for me to play very long. I get run out of gas. Because I'm watching everything. All the motions, all the thing, you know, what they're talking about. But, man, it gets exhausting after a while. I don't know how people do it for 10 hours.
Well, I mean, usually when I play, I don't have tables with players that do that. There's usually a lot of drinking involved.
Yeah.
And they just throw chips and whatever. They go
Yeah.
on gut feelings. I love those games.
Yeah.
Because I usually go home with money.
Yeah, I play bar poker every now and then.
Right. So I get runnered, you know. Everybody does. And
Sure.
I don't win all the time, but I win enough on tables like that to keep me coming back.
Yeah. I still have some gift certificates that I haven't used from last year.
Don't they expire?
No, they don't have anything written down.
Oh, okay.
On these,
I was going to say, you should find out.
There's some places I'm not sure I'll ever go back to, though.
Yeah, they didn't like me too much when I lived in Abacoa. Because I'd usually win at the bar
Yeah.
poker game. And
No,
I lived
I've
on top.
noticed-
I lived on top of the JJ Mugs, and that's where the gift certificates were. So I'd go
Right.
down. I'd be there all the time, and the servers like me well enough because I always
Sure.
tip them. But
You're getting everything for free.
I know I just give in gift certificates.
Yeah. I've noticed that, though. If you're good in regular winter at a poker game, they don't like you.
Well, there was a doubleheader one time, and I won both of them. So I took my parents and my wife to prime rib night
Yeah.
at the Mugs that they used to have.
Yeah.
Just sitting there eating prime rib, and she's like, "How much is this costing you?" I'm like, "Not a damn thing."
That
I
QR
said,
code
"Accept
there
it."
in the background, by the way, will work if you aim your phone at it. If you're interested in sports betting at all, we have a section of Hard Rock Bet. It's the PBKC section of Hard Rock Bet. If you scan that QR code,
Scan
it'll
it.
take you there. Yeah.
Now
Sign
do
up.
it. I mean, I'd do it, but I already scanned it.
So, no regret bet up to $100.
Oh, I didn't regret my first bet.
No, me neither.
No.
I blindly bet Chicago.
No.
Money line.
I
Just
mean,
to
when-
win, and they won.
Right.
I ended up with like $240 in my account.
Just the night that they launched it,
Yeah.
the Panthers had a home game, and I just put it on the Panthers.
Yeah.
We won like 6-1. I'm like, ching ching.
Yeah.
And I did it against the goal spread too, because we were playing the Sharks and we
Nice.
stomped them.
Yeah. Was that better odds?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Way better. I mean, it was like minus 280 for the Panthers to win the game. The goal spread was 2.5,
Yeah.
and it was like plus 130.
Well, here's interesting. Mike's got an ace again. He's got 1, 2, 4, 5, which is a great high-low hand.
The same combination on my luggage. Nope, that's Spaceballs.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was a queen for a split second. I thought he boated up.
Yeah.
No, not boated up. Yes, boated up.
He would have. Yeah. Tim goes way back in the house. Used to play that Friday night tournament 20 years ago as well. I love how I could just reel off 20 years ago. Like,
Right.
it just happens like 20 years ago. He's good. Timmy keeping him honest with 3 pair. But he's got them. He's got the goods. So Mike went from the outhouse to the penthouse, so to speak.
Yeah, he did.
He was at 4.5.
And they hate him, apparently.
Yeah. And now he's over 80,000. So.
Well, he won that 3-way all-in?
Oh, yeah. The aces versus the kings.
Right, and with
yeah.
the antes and blinds, I mean, it was pretty much a quadruple up right off
Yeah.
the bat.
Yeah, well, that's what happens. Sometimes the poker gods will bail you out.
Where were you in Vegas when I needed you, poker gods?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I never played a WSOP event before, so.
Yeah.
And it still sucks I didn't come home with a bracelet.
Yeah.
Because I probably wouldn't have taken it off. I'd be at work every day with
Right.
a freaking bracelet on.
We had a dealer here that used to wear one. Oh, take it up. Mark's got ace, queen, 10, 7. Ed's going to call. Oh, no, Ed went all in for 35. Tim was calling the raise already. The big bet is 4.5K. So Ed's going to be
He's in for
Live
almost
for the
everything.
main,
A
yeah.
small 3K side pot, it should be.
Yeah. Oh, I guess somebody else is all in too. Yeah, Tim's all in also for 4,000.
For 4K, so,
Okay.
okay.
Best of
So
luck.
3 pots.
And so far, Ed is in the driver's seat. No betting happening. Yeah.
You guys first for 1,000.
For 1,000.
3 kings with ace 9.
Mark takes it with a pair of 7s and an 8. No, they both have it.
Kings and sevens.
Yeah, kings and 7s with an ace.
What you got? King, 7, ace. King, 7, ace.
Oh, he's trying to do that block.
Chop it up.
Run! Go! Get to the chopper!
It was 500 though.
Yeah, I know. But
Kings and queens.
And he's got a king down.
And the king. Not the king.
Yeah, he's in on
The king. So that Tim held on with kings and queens for the second side pot. So he's got 1,500 now.
Yep. Chipping a chair, so they say.
Nearly, yeah. Nice job, Todd. Ninja. Fellow Baldy. Mike's one, too.
Why'd
Gone
you
to a
call
few
him Ninja?
shows. That was an old school nickname from back in the day.
Oh, okay. So I was going to say, he's not very stealthy. He's right there.
You've never seen him at night.
You said I blocked it. I don't remember if I blocked it.
There's Robert walking around the background, our production staff.
He also is.
Robert Barlington and James, and we have Gianni training.
Again?
Well, we lost 3 people, and I hadn't replaced anybody.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so.
Gianni, okay. I thought you said
Yeah.
Gio for a second. I'm like,
No,
again?
Gio's one of the 3, yeah. No, he moved.
Yeah, Gio. I'm like, we traded him last, like 6 months ago.
Yeah. Good kid. Hope he's doing well. Hope they're all doing well.
Yeah. He came to me for dealing advice.
Terry, actually, we didn't have any spot for him. After he left, we just didn't have, we didn't have the business. We didn't need it. And turns out he started his own moving company. He's doing great.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Doesn't even need to come back. I asked him about coming back. He was like, I'm doing my thing. So that's good. Good on him. Ed, good luck in himself now.
And I'd love to know what Tim has here with this all-in 1,500. It can't be that he didn't put his cards in the box because, well, there they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, incidentally, all you players out there watching, watching the stream and seeing what the dealer's doing right here now, try to be patient because sometimes, this is
In
like
real life,
this is
yes.
algebra you have to do in your head.
Right.
No calculator, you can't write out the equation, so sometimes it takes a second. Especially when people go pot, repot, and then somebody on the other end of the table goes, repot.
What I love is whenever the action gets around and then everybody starts yelling about what the dealer should do.
Right.
I used to just sit back and shut up and just wait. All right, you guys done? You guys done?
So now here's how it actually goes.
Right. I'll step in and do my job now. All right, so Lance has 7-8 for an open-ended straight draw. Mark's got diamonds. The
that's
ace
not
hits
even
on the
fair.
River. Wow. He doesn't have anything to go with it, Elliot, but he's got 3 aces.
He also doesn't have any more chips with which to bet it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, and they turn the cards up immediately when there's like 3 side bets.
Yeah.
It's like, guys, hang on.
He wants to get any piece of it he can, but he's coming away empty on this one because Elliot is going to scoop. Doesn't matter.
Did he just give him the rock thing? Like,
I think so.
Like, what do you have? It doesn't matter what you have.
Omaha, Mystic game. It's scary for a lot of people. A lot of people are going to it from the Hold'em community. It is dynamic. It is a lot different from what I would say like a Hold'em game would be, just because of the cards and the rules. It's a brutal game, though. It can be. Because it's a game of the nuts.
Right.
And you can have the nuts all the way to the river, and then guess what? No nuts. God bless you.
Not that I'll need it, thank you. But, I mean, not that I play Omaha nearly as much as I play Hold'em, but it's so frustrating because it happens way more in Omaha.
Yeah.
You flop a straight, and straight in particular, more
Yeah.
so than any other hand. Like, you flop a straight in Hold'em,
You're golden.
that's pretty darn
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
It's really hard to lose
Yeah.
when you flop a straight.
Right.
In
Well, that's
Omaha,
just it. You have to rearrange your hand.
right, in
Yeah.
Omaha, I flop a straight, and I'm like, now I can't fold. This
Yeah.
hand's going to get me in trouble.
Yeah.
And then somebody will catch a flush or a boat. Because there's 4 hole cards. There's a lot more ways to make hands.
That's
I mean,
correct.
that's why you have to play 2. That's the restriction on it.
9-2-5. What a way to make a living. So far, Bruce has the best, unless Lance has a card under there that is shocking. Mark's holding on to queens. with
Everything we've seen in
10-8.
this poker room. Does anything really shock you anymore? I haven't been shocked since 2017.
Wow. Bruce lets him. I thought Mark was going to let him go too. He keeps. I'm looking at the wrong people.
Barely a club to be had.
Yeah. Mark is leading
Is
into
Mark
Bruce,
gonna-
and I think it's going to
Is
work.
he going to steal it?
It
Is this
looks
some?
like, yeah.
Is this some thievery?
Oh,
No,
he's calling him
no
down.
thievery.
Good call. Queen's no goo.
Yeah, I feel if he had done that at the turn
Yeah.
before he did it at the river,
He
might
might
have got away with it.
or 2 barrels. You know,
Right, 'cause
turn and
especially
river.
if he bets
Yeah.
at the turn, he makes hitting a flush look a lot more believable.
But I want you to notice how much pocket aces have been winning on this table, especially.
Yeah, I said nothing shocks me anymore, but I am
Yeah.
I am mildly surprised at that.
Yeah. Well, that's why this game you get it pairs on the button. I used to just sit, play online when I first started playing, and just sit and wait for aces and kings on the button, and literally fold everything. I would multi-table like 5 tables, and wait until I got aces or kings on the button, and then jam it. And I was very successful.
I folded aces in an online tournament once.
Yeah.
It
Hold
was
'em.
one of those free sit and goes where everybody's all in on the first hand. I got aces and I folded.
Yeah.
Nadine was watching me over my shoulder, and she's like, "What? You had aces? Why'd you fold?" I'm like, "Wait."
You got beat though, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
No, I mean 7 people were in the hand.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's no way the aces live through this.
If you see a flop with more than 3 people, then aces are an underdog.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody hit runner straight.
Yeah.
So I'm like, see, yeah, would have been done. I ended up winning that tournament about 5 hours later
Yeah. That's good.
with King 7, no less.
Lance calls it. Mike jams. Mike has got ace, king, 10, 7. That's another thing about this game is a lot of times players come over to this game from Hold'em, so they just play Hold'em hands.
Right.
You know. That's all of them. 11,500. I
Indeed.
can't see a call. They're all in for 2,000 already. So we're talking about 95 to call. A little over 4.5 times. This is Elliott. He stares at them lovingly and then lets them go into the box. Lance has got, he's got the equity, 54%.
He just has that look of, what did I get myself into this time?
Yeah. It's a race. It's a race. Do you feel like racing for $9,000? You know.
Chance to knock it, but yeah, I know.
So
I
reluctant.
love that.
Yeah, he's calling. He's reluctantly calling.
Like Ma Fratelli in the Goonies.
Yeah. Hey, kids. The fours, may the force be with you. All right. Mike is on the right, Elliot on the left. We already know the flop because he
Yep.
put the right on the board. Elliot hits a jack and not much else. Mike hits an ace and is going to be good.
Double up.
That's how you do it. Looks
Well.
like 15 players left.
Well, we have a brief pick of the action. It's not all about cards here on our live stream. Catch the PBKC Picks podcast Wednesdays at 10.
It's a fantastic show.
The Earnestly Speaking one, and I want to say Noah, but
Ernest
he's
and
not
Noah
on
are
every
on
show.
there.
Ernest is on there every time.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then Mike Jameson, the voice of PBKC.
Dog Track Mike.
And in this case, Pat Rooney.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's all about football.
Always
and-
interested in listening to him talk about it because he knows a lot more of the
Right.
inside business.
Right.
you know.
It's more than anybody I've ever met.
I was pretty interested in hearing him talk about Pittsburgh and what they have going on up there. It looks like the writing's on the wall for Tomlin.
Yeah. But I get asked this a lot at the tables. When are we getting the hockey content? And I keep telling them after football.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know how, especially with a pick show. I mean,
Yeah.
football is king.
Oh, yeah.
And don't worry, there's a lot of hockey left. We just passed the halfway point. And
Yeah, we'll transition into
hockey and basketball,
hockey,
yeah.
Football is king, Doug.
Yeah.
You're right. Mike is coming on.
My friends that are like diehard Dolphin fans, they're like, "Oh yeah, the hockey team. They won like some kind of cup or something.
Yeah.
Oh, good for them.
Yeah.
We need a
I heard
Lombardi
they won a
trophy.
free cup. Yeah. I had somebody say that to me. I heard they won a free cup.
A free cup. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. They won a free cup.
A free cup. A 38-pound sterling silver cup.
Right.
Yes, but yes, it is a cup. If you want to get technical.
All right.
Diamonds.
Diamonds are
for
on Lance. And he's the only one, unless Bruce has them. Bruce has 108,000, so that's good. You always like to have the most chips at the table. Lance bets his little flush. He's not so little. Oh, boy. Bruce came with it. This will be interesting.
Wow, did he put his cards in the
No,
box?
I wish he'd put them back. I wish he'd touch them back down there real quick. We're going to have to be in the mystery. I believe he said 4. Oh, no, he just checked. Okay. Flush is good. Mike declines to show what he had, which I'm a fan of.
Great poker move. Streaming content, not so much.
Yeah. Well, we used to have a rule downstairs that if you asked to see the hand, any player at the table could ask to see a hand,
Right.
a called hand. But if the player who won the hand asked to see the player who lost the hand's cards, and it was a misread or something, and his good hand was good,
Right.
then that guy won the hand.
I remember.
Yeah.
Because they're like, because it didn't matter like who agreed with what, how the rules goes. They're like,
Right.
dealer, which is it? I said, don't look at me. I'm calling the floor.
Right.
If I come across that.
Right. Well, we've gotten rid of that, too.
Right.
Ed with the Badoogie, he's out of there. Elliot's in with pocket tens and a suited ace.
I like that hand.
Lance comes with it. He's got KJ 8-9. Mark 10-6-4-3. So let's see who can flop.
Ooh.
Mark has diamonds, but they're all high cards. Bruce now has 2 pair.
Problem is, hitting the straight is everybody's got everybody else's outs.
Right.
So hitting the straight's going to be really tough.
It's interesting. Usually it's high cards in the hand and low cards on the board, or the opposite. This time it's fairly high cards in everybody's hand and high cards at the board. There's Mark's flush.
Diamonds. Ace or king
he
on the
checked it.
river. And that's
Value bet of 5. I think Bruce says he's been paying off too many people.
Low play.
Yeah. He might go with it. He doesn't want to.
He's like, yeah.
It's obviously a value bet.
What would Arnold say if he was here? He'd say, do it. Why don't you do it? Come on. Do it now. Call the bet.
That's a good laydown. He's going to telegraph.
There's only one flush to beat him, though.
That's funny.
Because I'd have been like, for 5K, I'm like, you're going to have to show me the jack flush.
Yeah?
Because I got a 10 flush.
Fishy. Yeah, you know, you just know that he's got it. Kind
Right.
of, you know,
No, I
just so
mean, the
fishy.
5K bet, yes.
Yeah.
That's just the mathematician in me. Like, well, there's only one hand that beats me, and it's 5K. So I'm like, for 5K, you're going to show me that hand.
Well, it's like the candy lover in me. If a van
Right.
pulls up and offers me candy, then I'm getting kidnapped.
I don't know. My dad taught me a few martial arts techniques at that age and several pressure points to apply them.
Yeah, of course.
So
It's funny when we were kids how much that they tried to teach kids how to be gladiators.
well, I came home from school one day with a bloody nose, and the teacher didn't do anything about it. So
Yeah.
my dad's like, well, that ain't happening again. Come here, boy.
Yeah.
I'm going to teach you some stuff.
Oh, boy.
Oh, dear Lord. Not this now.
Yeah. It just kicked. So here, we're going to have to turn the table down a little bit. We searched for an update earlier just to make sure we weren't skipping like this. That's audio video, so
Yeah, video seems okay.
Mm,
Knock
it's
on wood.
jumpy.
The wood that's over here, not the
Yeah.
table.
it's jumpy. These systems are wonderful, but they are constant for updates and things. You know, people try to break them all the time,
They
so
are
of course
not-
you got to,
They are not flawless.
yeah.
So,
Let's see here. I still see it.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess we're checking for an update after the show.
You notice I'm leaning back like this. I'm not touching anything.
Yeah. Fortunately, it's not coming from us. Yeah. Yeah, you can just barely tell that there's a chop, but you can see it. It's pretty fascinating setting all this up and figuring out how it all works and doesn't. But that little issue is because of such a small thing, but every update changes it. So you end up with a 0.03 second delay, which is just enough to make it sound like that.
I'm not even getting. Could it be an internet issue? 'Cause I'm not getting any internet.
Well, it could be. It could be that we're not.
My phone is like dead.
Yeah. Let's see here. Another handful of paint for everybody, except Bruce.
Probably why Bruce is going to win.
Probably. You can't call it.
Sure I can.
It's
Well, he's got two pair.
We're running fine.
Nobody hearing us, though.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good. Just lost the table audio for a bit. We'll again, we'll check for an update, make sure that that gets all squared away, and be ready for you tomorrow. Tomorrow at around, what do we do? About 3:30?
3:30, yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
3:30,
I think the break of the tournament is at 3:30. So.
But you know what you can do to guarantee you don't miss a hand of the action here at the Action Palace. Hit that notification bell, as well as like and subscribe. That way you can be notified when we do. If it's a little early, they're earlier than 3:30, or a little later.
Well, that was Ed. Bruce ended up getting the goods. Seven's full. And Ed his stack was such that he had to come with it.
Haven't checked on this in a while. Ooh.
10 players remaining. Of course, we won't see that change for a little bit. When they get to 9, we'll be at final table. And they will all be downstairs on camera at that point, and you'll have everybody in the field in front of you. We are missing
Updated
3.
chip counts. 3 of our players in the danger zone.
Yeah. And again, Mike, who had 4,500.
Right, it's like, he's still around.
No, Mike C.
Oh, Mike C, right.
Yeah. Now at 78,000, second in chips on the table. So never give up, folks. Luck is a factor. Mike, Mark.
Like duck, duck, goose.
Yeah, right.
Different.
Elliot calls. Lance will check along, and we're seeing a flop. We don't know what Mark's got. A variety of issues that play into that. Lance hits a 9.
A 9. That's about the best of that flop. So if I were a betting man,
nobody bet.
and I am,
Hey, the
I was
9.
going to say, I would think I would have bet Mark was ahead on the flop. Maybe
Yeah.
not so much now on the turn. But there could be some diamonds under there. You never know.
Yeah, no. We're not going to see.
Nope.
Everybody.
Well, we know now. I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
He folded before it was even his turn, I think.
I was hopeful.
Yeah. That's what I like about you, boss.
Yeah. Well, when it blacked out right then, I was thinking that it
Right.
was resetting.
Yeah, it's you might chop up his audio, but you'll never kill his hope.
Right? Springs eternal. Six-handed. PLO 150 buy-in. 3K guarantee. This tournament starts at 11:15. All of our tournaments during the day, except for on Sunday, start at 11:15. The evening tournaments are 6:15. For a full schedule, please see pbkc.com. Click on the tournaments area, and it'll take you right to where the information is, along with a plethora of other interesting topics and wonderful offerings here at Palm Beach Kennel Club. 1111 North Congress Avenue, located conveniently across the street from Palm Beach International Airport.
It's true. And we're looking at the window to our right, and there it is. There's the airport.
Mike C with pocket aces again. Bruce has got the queens. The queen hits this time.
Well, one of the aces is dead. It folded.
Yeah, Bruce also has the only heart draw, so he is protected from that. Sitting with the nuts, as they say. Mike is going to lead into him and find out the bad news probably right here. He bets 7. Bruce is taking it up to 20.
Well, you got 2 other players in the hand. You don't want to pump it up too much because
24.
You do want some action.
24 over to Lance. Lance looked like he was snap calling.
No, not so much.
Yeah, he's backed off a little bit. It looked like he was going for sure there for a second. Mike gives up and over to Mike. Mike C with pocket aces. Sizing up his options here. See, now would be the time when I wish that they could be heard.
This is why we have the rule for Omaha high hands. You got to flop it.
Yep.
Bruce with the open-ended straight flush draw and a set. It's like,
yeah, he's got the best of it.
why can't
sure.
I run this good, man?
Yeah.
I got to earn my pots.
Yeah. Mark looks like he's having a ball over there.
You don't have audio. Wonder if he's humming the Jeopardy tune.
Wisely. Mike lets it go.
A set and
Bruce,
open-ended
very
straight
proud.
flush.
I would
It's
be
like,
very proud of
yeah,
that as well.
it's-
Yeah.
How do you not be proud of that hand, though?
Yeah.
Can't do it.
Open-ended straight flush and a set on the flop. That's pretty good. Getting comments on Mark's hat. He's a fancy hat guy.
Mark's
for
hat
sure.
is glorious.
That's not the only fancy hat he's got either. So I'm guessing we're at 6 and 5 or 6 and 6. When we get to 9, we'll have everybody on the table down here.
A logical assertion, Captain.
Had a very nice trip yesterday. Went out to a place called Animal Adventure Safari. Got to hang out with baby otters, or not baby otters, Asian small claw otters.
Nice.
Yeah, what a wonderful little animal.
Their
those things
cuteness
are.
is unstoppable.
It's unbelievable. How
I
cute
see them
those
on the
things are.
internet, and I kind of want one,
Yeah.
even though I have absolutely zero knowledge
Well,
or
I learned
expertise
this.
on how to care for such an animal. But
Yesterday, before you can even apply to license yourself to get one, you have to have a pond form already built.
right. So maybe I don't have to get one. Maybe you could get one,
Yeah, I don't have.
and
a
I can
pond
just come
either.
over and visit. I like play with the otter for a little bit.
Or we could go out there.
Right. I haven't even been to Lion Country Safari. I'm from down here. I've still never been to Lion Country. I should go at least once. Very similar hands, but not identical. Flop AC deuce 6. The queen on the turn. No club draw available. And 8s on the river. Mike C has eliminated Elliott with his 2-per.
Wow.
Be careful with that hand, Mike C. There's a gentleman named Bill Hickok who got that once.
Good thing he's facing the door.
It
Good game, Elliot.
didn't end well for him. So
No. But he was a notorious killer for
right.
a lot of years
It was
before that.
it was the only thing the HBO show
Deadwood?
Deadwood got right.
Yeah.
I mean, grossly historically inaccurate, but that part they got right.
Yeah. They had that character, that actor that played Jack, whatever his name is.
Right.
He played 2 other characters in that show during the run. Yeah. And prominent. It wasn't like, you wouldn't notice. It's like obviously the same guy playing 2 different roles. All right, we've gone up to 15 and 3,000 on the blinds.
7,500 in orbit. Glove save and a beauty. Hey Mike, here's a suggestion. other players would like aces too. You don't have to get the aces every time.
This is a different mic.
Yeah, I know it's a different
Yeah.
mic, but he's got a lot of these aces though.
He's had them. He's had them at least twice that I've seen. Yeah. But between the mics, it's quite a bit. Yeah.
Over the course of a tournament, you know, how often do I see aces?
Yeah.
Like once, maybe every other tournament.
Yeah.
They keep saying the math balances out, you know, good hands. I said, man, I'm due for one hell of a heater, like any day now.
Yeah. You
Maybe I could be the
forward.
next Chris Moneymaker, win a satellite to get into a satellite, go to the World
Right.
Series for.
Or you just go to bar poker and get hit in the face with a deck twice.
Well, I mean, that's fun, but.
Yeah. It's better to win it in a casino.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, I've won bar tabs. I've been there. I've done that. Got to Vegas at the big tables. And go on a hell of a run.
Mike's talking to him. I don't know what we're doing here. It looks like Lance is going to call him.
From a karma standpoint, Vegas was 19 million over the cap, and half
Nah,
our team
he's
was
out.
hurt in that final. So, yeah, you know, I think Vegas owes me something.
Yeah. Oh, didn't you get a lot from him for the Panthers, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, right.
Yeah.
It's when we went and 19 million over the cap, they were.
Yeah.
Cap compliant, we were, and then our guys got hurt.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, we didn't beat them. We got crushed in
Right.
5 games.
Was that was because they were an expansion team or something?
Well, they were in their 7th year, but yeah, they were a new team. But no, I mean,
The
lot of
Vegas
the-
Knights have been in for 7 years?
yeah,
Is that right?
Yeah, 2016-17 was their first season.
Wow.
Went to the finals in their first year.
That's crazy.
Lost to Washington,
Yeah.
and then they got back in 2023 and they beat us.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a powerful team.
Yeah, LTIR cheaters.
Mm-hmm.
Right before the trade deadline, everybody got quote unquote hurt,
Right.
so they loaded them up, and then they were all miraculously healed for game 1 of the playoffs. Because if you don't play in the first game in the playoffs, you have to
Didn't
stay
have
on
to
the
stay
IR.
out, right.
Apparently, they were all fine. I'm like, what were they on the injured list for? A hangnail?
Turf toe.
They're like, no, major knee reconstruction. I'm like, you mean the kind that takes 12 to 18 months? And he healed up in 6 weeks? Who's
There's
the
a-
doctor? Dr. Nick from The Simpsons? Hi, everybody.
That's so funny. I did not know inflammable meant the same thing as flammable. That dude's funny.
Well, I'm not too sure about funny, but our PBKC Dinner and a Show series continues this Valentine's Day
Yeah.
with the Memories of Elvis Valentine's Day Show. Hey, what are the odds? The Valentine's Day Show on February 14th. Doors open at 6:30. The show starts at 8, and it's dinner and a show. Chris McDonald's Memories of Elvis. Uh-huh. Head over to PBKC, or PBKennelClub.com, excuse me,
There you go.
for more information about tickets.
You know, we got Patrick Warburton is coming to the paddock for a comedy show.
Yeah, you might have heard of him. He does silly voices on Family Guy, that kind of thing.
American Dad. Yeah. He's David Putty.
And my favorite, the Venture Brothers,
Yeah.
Brock Sampson. One of my coworkers is like, I've never seen that show. I'm like, okay, your homework assignment is to go home and binge watch it on whatever live
Yeah.
streaming service you have, because that show is awesome. I showed him a single clip, and he's like, I got to watch this show. I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Oh, we got fireworks coming.
Floosh
Mike and
with
Lance
Mike.
both hit a flush. Bruce leads out. So it's always tempting to be cagey in poker and think that he doesn't have the ace-high flush. Lance hits an 8-high flush. Mike behind him with a 9-high flush. And it looks like he's going up. There you go. That much. Bruce wants to look at the stack, make his decision. That seems more like a set than a nut flush to me. He could have 2 pair. Who knows? We don't know.
It was way better than my guess.
Well, when he let out, it kind of the first thing I thought when he let out was that he doesn't have the nut flush. And of course, if he did have the nut flush, he'd already be all in by now. So I'm going to be conservative and say it's a set of sevens. Wouldn't it be just funny if he had like a jack high flush? You know, just barely had him beat.
That would be funny.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you're into watching pain at the poker table,
right,
which I definitely am.
Oh yeah, we are definitely desensitized to pain at the poker table.
My favorite is when players are like, "Oh, dealers don't care, you know how bad you get rivered and one outed and all that." I'm like we never play.
Yeah.
Like we've never been one outed. Really? Yeah. Like we can laugh at it because it's happened to us.
We've been brutalized by this.
It's one of those you flipped your
before.
bike twice in the air, landed on your knee, and it hurt like the worst thing ever. But now you can laugh about it.
Caught your handlebars in the neck.
Yeah.
All right. So Bruce lets him go. Lance.
Can
I don't know how confident he feels about this.
Can he pull an Elsa? Can he let it go? It looks like he really wants to let it go.
Well, he's got 64,000.
He doesn't seem
roughly
to be able to.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I should. No, I'm probably beat, but.
He's going to do it. Try to entice the show. Mike, are you going to show him? He shows it.
Okay.
Mike shows him he had it.
Well, this is one of those cases where it doesn't matter if he shows him. He can always check out the stream later to see. Did he have me beat?
I think the more important is that Bruce knows now.
Right.
I wish I could hear what he was saying, just in case he was saying that he had the jack. But I stand by my set of sevens on that. It's probably two pair. Mark with a playable hand. At five-handed, these are monsters.
I was going to say,
yeah.
At five-handed, almost everything's playable. Not everything, but it definitely opens up the range.
Yeah. He fires in. Looks like he made it 75, which is just over a min click.
What are these hands?
Mike's got the same 9-7 of diamonds that he had last time. I wonder if he gave them back to the dealer.
Well, he's got a pair to go with it, so I think he did.
Yeah, the others are different.
Only 1 9 left, though. And there it is.
Wow.
How?
How did that happen?
These guys have to teach me their kung fu.
That's amazing. He checked it, too.
Case 9. Oh.
And Mark is going to lead out. He went all
Mike's
in.
like,
he checked him all in. That was
Mike's like when he got led into. Happy birthday to me.
Yep. So
not only
Mark
flops a boat. Not only hits the case 9.
What is his 4%? Oh, the straight flush. He could have hit the eight of spades. Yeah. He ended up hitting an 8 to make a straight, but
not the right one.
No, Mike already flopped a full house on that one. So good game, Mark. Mixing it up well. That should be 5 and 4. Yeah.
Right.
Let's see.
A tiny chance it's not.
Right. Could have been 6-5 the other way.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. 6-5 now 6-4. So we'll see if.
All right. We might get one or two more. I asked to do an update before the show today. Somehow I knew that this was going to happen because I want to be hearing them right now, but this is what you hear.
Yeah, it's.
We'll get that updated. It'll be back on tomorrow, so you can hear everybody tomorrow.
You have far more expertise than I, but sitting here, I'm like, the only thing I could even think of is to just reboot everything and go
Right.
again. Which
No, I'm a
Right,
rare
we-
case where
we
I can
can't
look
do
at
that.
anything in this building that's not working and tell you exactly why it's not working. All right, so looks
what
like
you're
we're going
saying
to hold up.
is no one's looking forward to the new building more than you.
That's correct. That is correct.
I thought it was me.
No, I'm very
With
excited.
the air conditioning and,
Yeah,
you know.
very, very excited. Of course, we got Ron down in the South regions helping out BPO. So he's getting a little behind-the-scenes education for what our competitors are doing in some ways. And all the players are getting a new seat, perhaps. Mike is just moving over one, so he's going to keep the chair with his butt in it already. We're going to get a fresh count, a bunch more players, and then we'll show you the final table of this
Final table.
$150 buy-in PLO tournament, $3,000 guaranteed. It starts at 11:15. It's every Thursday. It is one of the best introductory tournaments that you can find for PLO if you're new to the game. Come on in, check it out.
Exactly. And full trip sevens. It's a trap. It's a
Yeah.
trap.
If you have three in your hand, you can go ahead and throw those.
Yeah.
Throw those in.
Yeah, not sevens, just anything.
Yeah.
For me, it was sevens.
Although, no, the queens didn't hold up, did they?
No.
Okay. Hate to have
At
my-
least he didn't flop the case queen,
Right.
and then it just took off on him.
Yeah. Hey.
I flopped the case.
Jeff is down. Now I'm even more regretting that our audio is not working.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Yeah. You guys don't know Jeff is a very good player, but hilarious. And sometimes hilarious because of his reactions.
Yes.
But
He's still mad at me for that, for the quads,
yeah.
for the quad jacks on the board. He flopped the boat, and he was so happy.
Yeah.
And then runner jacks. So there were quad jacks on the board, and the other guy had ace rag,
Yeah.
and just kept going. I'm like, why are you mad at me? You should be mad at that guy. He had absolutely nothing, and he kept calling. It's like it's not like you were slow playing it, and you weren't betting. You were betting it all the way. He just liked his ace, I
Yeah.
guess.
No, he had to make multiple bad decisions.
But sure, blame me.
That's how you.
I know, because he'll remind me of that. Like,
Yeah.
like Friendly Side. He's all like, oh,
Remember
remember that time
those?
you put quad jacks out there and completely
Yeah.
wrecked my tournament? It's gotten to the point now where I'm like, yes, and I did it on purpose because I'm evil.
Yeah. Well,
I'll
we've
tell you.
had dealers that, unfortunately, like to antagonize the players, especially when they're down. And that's, years ago. Go ahead.
But I'll tell you what's not evil.
Okay.
The Fallen Firefighter Poker Classic.
That's correct.
Excellent charity tournament. It's happening this Sunday, January 19th. 11:30 registration, and at 12:30 cards are in the air. It's our regular 30-20 rebuy format for those of you familiar with that. For those of you not familiar with it, it is a $50 buy-in.
That includes the buffet.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, can't forget that part. That's very important. $20 rebuys and add-ons. Half the proceeds will go to the player pool, and the other half to the charity for the Fallen Firefighters. Football game day party, as well as raffles. I love the raffles.
Yeah.
Because we don't get to play.
Yeah.
It's a state law, but
Right. We can do the raffles.
we can do the raffles. There's
Yeah.
no law against that. I won the box of booze that one time.
Yeah, that's good.
That was fun.
I like them whenever they sell them by your arm length.
Yeah,
I really get a benefit out of that. I get like 4 or 5 extra tickets.
I asked the boss if I could do like a little sampling on the live stream, and he
Yeah.
said, "Well, you said, not he said, because like you're
Yeah.
not here, you're right
Yeah,
here."
right.
He's like, only if you hate your job.
Right.
But he's like, you could show it off on the webcam if you want, just don't open it.
Right.
I'm like, hey guys, the raffles are real. People win. Look, I got the
There
box
you
of
go.
booze. It was good booze too. There was a bottle of Maker's Mark in it, in the
That's good
box.
booze,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a good one. Yeah. So even if poker's not your thing, it's still a great charity.
A way to give back.
Right.
Supports firefighters. I mean,
Right, and you can win a
those
raffle.
guys never know. They need all the help they can get.
Watch.
They are the true heroes. The stuff that they deal with, like most of the stuff they deal with on every call they go to, is like poisonous or something. You know,
exactly.
they just have a lot of stuff.
I just dressed like a superhero for 25 years.
Right.
Those guys actually
They
do
actually
it.
are the ones.
Right.
Yes. That's $50, 11:30 registration. Come on down Sunday.
All the football, and you got the buffet, and you got the wrap. So even if poker's not your thing, I mean, come on down anyway. There'll still be plenty for it, and it's all for a great cause.
Yeah. All right. Calling around. Jeff calls.
Wow, we really going to get a chance to practice our reading this time.
Yeah. Yeah, we need that software update pretty bad.
We also need Brian.
Does Brian know what everybody's got?
As far as reading Omaha players, yeah, I'd say he's the best among us. He's
There
pretty
comes
good.
a bet.
I think he plays more Omaha than Hold'em. Knows the game in and out.
Yeah, he does definitely play more Omaha than Hold'em. So Mike has moved over to seat 1, but they have him as Mike C, which is in seat 4. We got a lot of challenges going on with this the setup of this final table here.
You're bending my brain here, boss.
Yeah. Well, Mike C is in seat 4. Mike O is in seat 1.
Wait, there's an O now?
I happen to know it. I'm not going to say
okay,
anything.
I was going to say. Because we had Mike C. I'm like, there's a Mike O now?
Yeah.
Slow down.
They just moved the wrong guy to Mike's seat in seat 1 there. He's going to lead out 45, more than that. He keeps down stacking chips, so I guess he set a number. But that's more than 45. I guess he's just shoving. And he can. Bruce folds in disgust and knocks over 1 ace.
Yep.
So
He was not pleased.
no, I would guess he probably had another ace to go along with it under there. But he could not continue in the face of that bet.
Yeah, I don't have that one. Oh, wait, yeah, I do.
Comedy Club?
Never mind, I do have that one. They were sticking together.
Yeah.
All right, like we mentioned before, comedian Patrick Warburton, but I just didn't have the date in front of me. That would be Thursday, March 20th.
Thursday, March 20th.
From Seinfeld and Family, from Seinfeld to Family Guy. Seinfeld.
Yeah.
They don't put Venture Brothers in here, but they put Seinfeld.
Well, they put the 2 big ones.
Come on, man. What?
He was David Putty. Lots of people remember him more for that than anything else.
Get outta here.
Seinfeld had like 30 million people watching every week.
I guess. But Titanic made like $3 billion. That doesn't make it a good movie.
You don't think Titanic's a good movie?
No.
How about that? Wow. Jeff loaded for bear over there.
Fashionably late, the graphics, but they're here now, and that's what's important.
Mike in seat 1 again has pocket aces. So nobody's going to improve on that.
No.
Jeff's got the kings. There's ace king for Mike C in seat 4, which says Mike up there. It is a raise from Jeff. So Mike calls. Jeff went to 19.5. Or about 6 times. A little over 6 times the big blind. Michael has called. Again, we apologize. That is not Mike C. Their stacks are quite different.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah. The actual Mike C is in seat 4, and he calls. So he's actually got
About 53.5
Yeah.
K less by my math.
well, again, their stacks are flip-flop too.
Yeah.
So Mike C actually has the 117. C4 actually has the 117,000.
And when everybody has
Queen
everybody else's
hit.
outs,
Oh.
right?
Whoever
it's-
they folded, yeah.
the flop tends to miss everybody.
Yeah, in this case, if I were Mike, I'd be trying to lose as much as I could. No, he checked along. Again, nobody's
Nobody with clubs.
drawing too much.
Yeah, all the flushes are dead.
Jeff kind of needs a king and only a king. Not kind of.
No, I was going to say, trying to remember what everybody folded.
Yeah.
Is there a king left?
I don't believe there is.
I don't
I believe
think
the
so
aces
either.
and the kings
The
are
aces,
out.
yeah, they're dead.
Good lay down. Mike.
Versus Mike.
Mike. It's Mike on Mike violence. He's all in. Mike. Sitting on a queen. Looks like he's going to call. We might have the stacks right, though. They just messed up the names.
Not sure how he can look up into the sky for inspiration like that right into those lights. That's why I'm wearing these. Like, if I did that, I'd frickin' sear my retinas.
Yeah. He's going to let it go. Top pair, top kicker. But he was beat, so good lay down.
Yeah, that's the thing about tournament poker. I mean, it's not hard to remember all the right moves you made when you win. But you got to make a lot of right moves when you don't win.
Yeah.
And I mean by that, you know,
Playing from
folding in
behind.
spots
Yeah.
and putting your opponent on a bigger hand, even though you got a pretty good hand, and correctly identifying those spots.
All right, looks like blinds went up. We're at 2-4.
They say that folding is the hardest skill of poker to master.
I believe it.
They don't get 7 deuces as often as I do.
Yeah.
I find it pretty easy.
Well, I can fold when I have nothing.
Right.
But it's difficult to fold when I have the second best and somebody's telling me all day they have the best. Alan.
Yeah, it's easily the biggest weakness in my game.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I'll pay, you better show me, and I'll pay to see it. And they're like, okay, here it is.
Charlie's out. Alan, is he going to raise? He just calls. Over to Eric. Middling hand, I would, yeah. Look for a fold there, too. Jeff's he's an opportunist when it comes to this kind of stuff. You let him into a cheap pot, he might have the goods to take it.
Or he might not, and just hit a crazy good lucky flop.
Or make some
Right.
make some moves too. He's got a lot of gears in the got a lot of tools in the toolbox.
Ooh, double paired.
All right. Another situation
I was
where
going to say, the
aces
aces are
gone.
pretty dead.
Yeah. He still takes it up. We're playing for this much, fellas. Allen, who is on the short stack, go ahead and moves all in. He's got 21-5.
Yeah, it's only 1,500 more. So not too big a deal for him.
And then Lance.
Probably asking, why did I call again?
Right. Victim of circumstance over there.
We've all been there, I think.
Yeah.
Like, what am I doing in this spot again? With all this craziness?
Yeah. All righty. 3 players, 1 all in. Flop favors.
Swing and a miss.
Still on Mike with his aces. I believe did he jam? Yeah, he jammed.
he only had
his last
3K left,
grand.
yeah.
Jeff called him.
Jeff just thinks he has all these outs. He really only has 3.
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
not
there's
one.
the deuce. You got a set of deuces
Yep.
there.
And now it's all over but the shout, and Mike's going to win.
Yep. Who'd have thunk it? The deuces mattered more than the aces on there.
Oh, okay. Well, I meant who'd have thunk it like he won. I'm like, a lot of people would.
Ah,
I mean, double paired in there.
yeah. Nice game, Alan.
Some of them suited. He wasn't double paired, double suited, but
He had, look at that. That's
Right.
a beautifully textured hand that
It
he had.
is.
I would have jammed that for free flop, but there's no way to stop what just happened.
Right.
You know.
yeah, that hand was always getting in
Yep.
with that 20K raise pre-flop.
Yep.
And then there were 8.
Yep. Down to 8. We had 37 in the tournament today,
Okay, I
which
was
means
just-
we're paying 4
Yeah,
places.
I was just about to look at that.
Yeah.
Like, how many are we paying again? Indeed, 4. Wrong button. 4.
Alrighty. Oh boy. You see that?
Well,
he
I'm
looked like he
like-
was going to call, and then he
Right.
knocked his chips over and said no, and folded his hand. That was interesting right there.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder if he had not knocked his chips over, if he would have called that.
Like, at first I thought it was a meme. Like, is he like,
Yeah.
stop,
Yeah.
hammer time. And then I'm like, oh, he knocks his chips over.
So Jeff did something. Did he make it 11? He raised it to 11 or 14. Okay. He's got the aces this time. They're sticking together. And that walks. So he got through.
And
There's
here's the
your prize
payouts now.
pool.
There we go. 19 hunch, 12 hunch. I hope you guys are fast readers because I
think it
only
was
got the top 2.
475 was the bottom one, I think. So we're paying 4. The small payout at 4th place is,
I got the
think,
top 2.
475.
19 and some change,
Yeah.
and 1,200 and some change for second.
Very quick. They're like sports graphics over here. Over to Brian, looking down at Jack 754 and flushes that just like I would have. Jeff out of there. It's raining cards on the dealer. Back over to Mike with a suited ace and 8-6 of diamonds. Unopened pot. I open it up too. There you go. 1,200 to go. 3 times the big blind. Eric's got a respectable hand. He's going to call.
Yeah, those kind of bets are annoying when you're in the big blind.
Yeah. Alrighty.
I mean, you're already 8K invested into the pot before you even look at your cards. And, well,
So far, we've got Mike with a pair of 8s. And Eric with a bunch of outs. He's got the clubs. So
a lot of them are dead, though. Only
He's
4 of them.
leading out.
Only 4 of the clubs are still alive.
leading out big, relatively. He bet out 31. A little over half the pot.
Yeah, that says to me, go away.
Yeah, Mike heard him.
Like, my hand isn't necessarily that strong, but
Inadequacy.
I really don't want you drawing on me right now,
Yeah.
so go away.
Well, you can't argue with the results. I mean, you can, but there's still results.
It just won't end well for you.
No, typically. No.
Yeah, we haven't talked about the Moneymaker Tour yet. Coming back to PBKC.
Yeah. First week of February.
Gonna bring those crystallized hockey pucks.
Yeah, oh yeah.
For the buttons, I love those.
Yeah, they're great. It's so
I
funny
keep meaning
how
to buy
little
one.
thing
It's all like,
that.
I'll pay
People
one. Like,
love
how
'em.
much are they?
Yeah.
I want
People
one.
want them. He makes this one change, does this one cool thing. Now everybody wants to buy one, which is cool. You know, that's how you do it.
It's be joking around like, oh, if you bought one, you take it down to the rink and slap it around for a while. I'm like, are you kidding? It's not made of vulcanized rubber. I'm not slapping that thing with anything.
Smash it eventually.
I'll just push it. I'll just put it on, my shelf. And
Yeah.
occasionally look at it. Because I don't have a poker table at home, so.
Yeah. Alrighty. Eric with pocket queens. He's in for the small blind. Someone has raised it to 14. Mike has raised it to 14 with kings.
Got kings, got queens, got nines.
And Eric is calling. Brian's going to let the nines go. So it is a two-man party at this point.
Yeah, he wasn't here earlier when this was the feature table.
Yeah.
Nines were flopping everything under the sun. See, look at that. Well, no.
Wow.
I forget what he had with the nines.
I do too.
I'm
He
like,
had
did he have a 7 or a
pair of
He
nines,
probably
but-
didn't have a queen, but I'm
Yeah.
like, did he have a 7? Because that hand would look pretty good right now.
There is still a 9 out there.
Yeah, I would say the odds of that aren't too likely, but we've seen the case 9 hit already today.
Mm-hmm. The continuation bet. That probably gets through
Yeah,
right there.
well, when Mike's a bit short stacked, so you definitely can't show weakness at any point. And Eric knows that. You see, he just bet half his stack on that round rather than shoving.
Whenever they do this, they count down the chips they'd be missing if they called and
Right.
lost.
Well,
I feel like that's almost always a fold move.
typical bankroll management.
Yeah. Well, you want to know what you got.
Exactly. Like, can I afford to spin the wheel on this?
Right.
Or is it too much? Or what's going on?
So what does 25 look like? Nope, not going to do it.
Besides,
Eric was a good lay down, buddy.
right. It's going to take a book or a page from George Bush the First's playbook. Not going to do it. Not going to do it.
Not going to do it. Not going to do it. Wouldn't be prudent at this juncture. I can't do George Bush, but I can do Dana Carvey doing George Bush.
Right. Once heard Robin Williams say that it was the hardest voice for him to do until he figured out the trick.
Yeah.
He's like, I used to think you couldn't do George Bush, but then I discovered something. You just do John Wayne, and then you tighten the S. And it's George Bush.
That's pretty good.
So it's a good starting point. I'm like, 'cause John Wayne, very easy impression to do.
Yeah.
Anybody can do it pretty much.
Alrighty. Action crowd.
3 queens. We've seen this before.
Yeah, he's going with it. Mike, he said
He
this
went with it
point
last time.
at 224,000. So
And then there was like, was it 2 kings or 3 kings on the flop? It was
Yeah.
something crazy like that. Then he threw the queens away.
yeah, because the aces were good. Yeah.
I'm like, he should have led with that, throwing the queens away. I don't see a queen in any of the hands. Tells me it's still alive.
Stranger things have happened. be beautiful. It was like queen, deuce, deuce. Well, okay then. Eric and Brian are both going. Jeff, much like swimwear, is in there.
I get it.
No nines. How about that? Bruce sitting on the one ace in the crowd.
Flop is so dangerous.
Bruce is cagey too. He's pretty good.
Are you kidding me?
Oh my God.
Are you kidding me?
That's so sick.
That is filthy. Hey, clip that.
Yeah, we will. Might go on the hand of the week. I hope you guys are checking out the hand of the week. We're putting those out on TikTok, YouTube Shorts, all the different channels that we have. If you don't know, you can watch us on Twitter.
And Jeff,
on X, that
Jeff's
is.
got the flush, so he's playing.
Yeah. This could get juicy here. The ace hits on the
What?
river.
That is sickening.
Oh my God.
How is this not clipped already?
Yeah. That'll slow Jeff down though.
Dang it. Oh, there's going to be such hurt feelings on this.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. At least we can hear them over the wall here now.
Yeah, queen, deuce, deuce, you said before free flop, but two of the deuces were out already, so they're like,
He checked back.
he checked it. How does he check it? How?
Oh my God.
How does he check that?
There you go. He's got 5 queens. Jeff glances in disgust at his cards and throws them in. Ugh.
Look at it this way, Jeff. At least it wasn't quads on the board.
Right. Every book in the world would tell you to fold that hand.
Oh.
Mike just made gold out of it. So anyway, we're now on Facebook Live,
Yes.
along with our Twitch and YouTube channels.
And X. Don't
X.
forget
Yeah,
X.
oh, I mentioned them first.
No.
Hey, there's the payouts again.
And it's been up there for more than 3 seconds.
Right. Third place.
638. That's the one we were missing.
638. This, again, was a $150 buy-in PLO tournament, 3K guaranteed. As you can see, we crushed that. Starts at 11:15. We do it every Thursday here at 1111 North Congress Avenue in West Palm Beach, Florida, located conveniently across the street from Palm Beach International Airport.
I mean, the way these flops are coming, I'm sticking with that queen 9, man.
I hear you. It's a lot of queens and a lot of nines recently.
Yeah, I'm like, how do I not play this?
Yeah.
Even though I'm like, I don't really like it, but, you know. Like after what I've seen the last 20 minutes at this table, I'd be willing to limp in and see a flop.
Yeah. Eric plays with Jack. Brian calls with ace suited, ace queen. Jeff
I said, enough of your shenanigans.
took
It's
it
all
way
in.
up. He went all in for 60,000. He's got double suit, pocket eights, 10-8, 8-7. And Brian is going to call him.
Brian's going to play it.
Wow. Alrighty. Afraid those cards are too close to our flop area. Yeah. Okay, it read them. Oh, only
Only
that.
the flush.
Yeah, no big deal.
No,
No, not going to change anything.
Not going to change anything.
Yeah.
So Jeff doubles up.
Yeah.
That was fun. Just flop the flush like that.
That was his 4,000. Yeah. That was already in the pot. There you go. And that's how you do it, folks.
That's what I'm doing wrong. I forgot to just flop a flush right off
Yeah.
the bat.
Yeah.
All right, I'll definitely try that next time.
Right. That would be the recommendation. Alrighty. That takes Brian down to the bottom of the totem pole. He's at 37 after losing that 60,000 there on that bet. But 37 is enough.
But I mentioned this earlier. With raising blinds, I mean, 5 of our 8 players are in the danger zone.
Yeah.
So moves are going to have to be made, and pretty soon.
Well, that's the nature of the tournament.
The blinds are going to eat you.
It's designed to be over. Mike C sitting on 254,000. All right, that's not Mike C, but Mike is sitting on 254,000 now.
Yeah. And with our big
Jeff.
blind Annie, well, it says how many big blinds each player has.
Yeah.
Actually, cut that number in half to get the real number.
Yeah.
20 big blinds sounds like a lot.
Right, but it's actually only.
But it's 10.
Yeah. So Bruce, even with his stack hasn't changed. It's just the blinds have picked up.
Right. It's got the same stack he had when it was,
Pretty
I think,
much.
500, 1,000.
Right.
366 now. So I think those numbers we got were when the blinds were 244. So
Yeah.
jumping to 366 definitely affects the numbers.
That definitely does. Definitely does.
You now have 30% fewer big blinds than you thought you had.
Brian's calling with the mystery hand.
They're all mystery hands.
It looks like they are all mystery hands.
Well, this is South Florida, you know.
Yeah.
People are fashionably late to everything.
Ah,
It's one thing I'll never understand if I live to be 1,000. People showing up at sporting events down here, like after
the
halftime.
third quarter. Yeah.
I'm like, you have any idea what they want for tickets nowadays? You win one cup, and suddenly we're on par with like
Or you
Maple Leaf tickets.
You get Lionel Messi. Did you see that?
Yeah.
The season tickets were like $32, and then they signed Lionel Messi, and they went up to $450.
Yeah, that's. I mean, it's Messi.
Yeah.
He ain't playing for peanuts.
No,
Do you have
he-
any idea how much they had to pay that guy to get
Really
him from to come
yeah.
across the pond? You got to
Really
pay
is
that guy. You definitely can't afford to pay him for like $22 tickets.
Yeah. Lance, upset nobody came with him.
Yeah.
He had
Probably
two pair on the
something,
flop.
Yeah, really good.
They all look like they're having a fairly good time.
Yeah, it's a fairly friendly game.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to be too upset if somebody takes all their money because, well, there's a saying. There are a lot of familiar faces at final tables. So
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, these guys do it a lot.
the guys that get their heads kicked in today at the final table, well, they'll probably be back next week. Looking for some payback.
And we're happy to have them. They're a bunch of good guys.
Is that a feathered hat? Can't quite see. Sitting in Mark's previous seat, so it's, apparently you have to have a really cool hat
Right.
to sit there.
It's the hat seat.
Thought it was the hijack seat.
Yeah, Lance picking up the queens.
Lots and lots of ladies
Doesn't
on
look like he
today's
wants
show.
to let those go. He doesn't raise, though. He just checked. Big blind.
And I have a feeling that's why.
I see no hearts. We don't know what Mike in seat 1 has. Eric will check, and Mike will check along. Puts an ace for Eric on board. He might check. Yeah, check for value here. And no real help to anyone.
Well, we don't know what Mike has. Let's see.
Doesn't change much.
No. No straights, no flushes.
Always interesting in an Omaha game if a naked pair of aces wins. We'll see if he can get to a call with that, though. Because Lance looks like he's going to come out barreling. Ooh. Yeah, he puts in the bet.
Thievery.
That looks like 12-5, 8-5.
Eric, let's go with a
That's going to work.
Well, maybe. Okay.
Yep.
Now he did.
Yep. And that's how you do it. Aggression wins. In this game, it pays to be aggressive. B-E aggressive.
Well, you're the boss. You're going to get away with that. Last time I used that line, Steffi Mo got all mad at me. She's like, "You weren't. I was a cheerleader. You can't say that. That's my thing."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Okay, I'm sorry. Calm down. Don't hurt me."
That commercial is still very funny. Cheerleaders tend to be aggressive. B-E aggressive.
I can't get past the one where the guy comes to pick up his date. And her mom answers the door.
Yeah.
And then she's all over.
Yeah.
I'll never forget it, not because it was particularly funny, but I was watching it when I was over at my in-laws. And my mother-in-law leans over the chair, like behind me, and says, "Maybe you should get some of that." I'm like, maybe not. Obviously in jest, but
Yeah, of course.
it was still like, no. So I'm like, okay, that commercial's in my brain forever.
You need a fly swatter in that spot.
Nah, she'll never cook for me again.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Fantastic cook.
Okay, 4 players, 2 mics. No idea what they have.
It's 8 nines, man. If you get pocket nines, play them.
Nines for Jeff hits a set.
Definitely
Eric has a flush draw.
Pocket nines, the star of the show today. I mean, sure, there could be an 8-jack out there in those mystery hands.
Yeah.
But Jeff's like, you know what? I'll take my chances that there isn't one.
Oh. Mike called. Seat 1 Mike. And Eric's going to let his micro flush draw go. There goes the flush card.
Exactly what Jeff didn't want to see.
No, he didn't care for
Probably
that.
wanted another 7 or a 10.
He checks. Mike comes back for 20 grand, and Jeff calls. River card is
wow.
nines for Jeff.
High hand, table 67.
Just every now and then hits 4 of a kind, you know.
So stoic. No, Jeff, don't. No, well.
Shoves it. Mike's going to call him.
Wow, and he's going to see the horrible news.
Quadzilla.
What did he have? Did he have a boat? He did have a boat.
He did have a boat.
I didn't think he had a flush.
Yeah.
He had the boat. With the deuces, he's like, just pair the board. I'm like, whoops, wrong one. Just don't pair it with. Actually, no. Pairs on anything.
He's toast, yeah, unless there's a deuce.
Deuce, yeah. Deuce was his only out. Still, though, it's tough when you got a boat.
Yep.
You run into quads.
Hell of a putt right there, 285,000. So now that makes Jeff the chip leader on the table. He was already second. That was first and second battling it out right there. Yeah.
He was pretty high up on the board.
No. No, Ron's not here.
Oh, they're on break.
Oh, I see. Okay. They're not allowed to take breaks at the final table, are they?
What?
What?
Only if they want them.
Yeah, I guess.
Because most of the time they take
They
like a
actually
quick
do,
minute, they
yeah.
check their phones, they're like, nah,
They're ready to get right
let's
back
just
in
play.
it. Yeah.
But it looks like they took the full-on break this time. Jeff's like, well, they're not 9s, but
See, Brian raises.
he's like, I guess I can give kings a chance.
Looks like he went to 15. And Jeff will call with his pocket kings, king, queen suited with a jack. Another good textured hand. Mike in seat 1 has pocket aces again.
Ooh,
Goodness.
well, kings are dead.
Kings are dead.
First 4 hands we see, too. We haven't even seen the rest of the table yet.
Yeah. Mike re-raised it to 69,000.
Nice.
Nice. So we're hanging out, see what Bruce is going to do.
Double suited, but king, queen.
It's pretty hand, but
Yeah.
not for
Not for your tournament
10
life.
times the big line. Yeah, exactly. And Brian is going.
How and
He
or
may
why?
feel it. He may just feel it.
And Jeff's probably like, what the flip? What is even happening?
I think they're talking about a TV show.
I hope.
Hmm. 34, 35. Yeah, it's actually got like 41,000,
Right.
40,500, something like that.
I do not believe it will be an issue going forward.
Well, Mike's already
Right. Either Brian will lose and be eliminated, or the break is coming.
right.
In which case, the chip. We will update our chip counts.
Going to do the thing where he counts out, sees the stack, what it would look like if he were to call and lose. He's going to let him go. Good lay down. It's a pretty hand, but it's the right thing to do.
It's
Yeah.
done like dinner.
Hey! Ace right in the window. Brian's got 2 pair. That's not going to matter.
No.
So nice game, Brian. That was a tough little final table for him.
Yeah, that.
He kept walking into big cards. But hopefully he'll come back next week and be on the final table again. Or tomorrow. We'll have a stream showing tomorrow's feature to final table.
Yes, the $130 buy-in, I believe, 10K
Deepstack,
guarantee.
that's correct.
Deepstack. Then on Saturday, the progressive bounty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
if you
$250.
loved- uh-huh. Yeah,
$250
I mean,
buy-in, $50 bounties.
Yeah, I mean, if you like pain, you'll see some pain. I think it's my favorite show of them. Because players are ruthless,
Yeah.
They are merciless because the bounties can add up faster than the prize pool. So guys aren't even necessarily trying to win. They're just
Right.
trying to score those KOs. So apparently it's really good.
Yeah.
I'll take his word for it. He has no reason to lie.
All right.
And just like Jeff's kings, the queens are dead.
Yep.
Just in case he was thinking about maybe a suited Nintendo with a 6-4 suited. Those are super dead.
This flop goes Bruce's way.
Jeff content to check.
Check to Bruce. Bruce makes it 20.
And nobody
that'll-
wants to play.
Bruce has got it on his face.
His cards are pretty good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
It's a relatively big table.
I can't really relate
Yeah.
to this issue,
Same here.
but I hear about it a lot from other dealers,
Yeah.
and I'm like, apparently it's quite bothersome.
Yeah. Well, at what, 6'8" and 6'5"? What are you?
Yeah, 6'5".
Yeah. So, we don't have a lot of problem with the reaching.
Like sometimes if a player's like being like antagonistic or doesn't like me or for whatever reason, they just leave the cards there like, haha, now you have to reach over, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. Like, doesn't
I
really
always
bother
used to
me.
love. I had a line that I would use all the time. I would scoop up people's cards like that. They say, "Man, you can reach them from all the way back there." I say, "Sir, I've already picked your pocket."
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it was funny, but
Did they check their pockets after you said that?
when they started, then I
They're
stopped
like,
using it. But
"Wait
they
a
were like, "Hang on,
minute."
man, I was missing something." I'm like, "Okay, I was being funny, but I'm not going to say that anymore." I used to have it was like a 30-minute stand-up routine every time I got to a new table.
Yeah, I used to try to do that.
Some tables
I
just want you to
ran-
shut up and deal.
I know. I ran it. I said it's an old line. Shut up and deal.
Yeah.
I ran into too many of those, and I'm like, well, that's the end of that.
Yeah.
What? Double paired.
Nice hand for Lance. Bruce is getting out of the way.
All letters.
Yeah.
It's like a game of Scrabble broke out. It's not is he raising, it's how much.
Yeah.
You
That
definitely
looks like-
want it so it's so you can
22?
isolate, but you don't want it too much that nobody calls.
Yeah. 20K even.
This is one of the more nuanced aspects of the game.
And just as you said,
And, yeah, and just like on Price is Right, he overbid.
ace, ace, king, king.
Yeah, you definitely don't want 4 or 5 people in the hand with you when you do that, but
No.
you definitely want some action.
Yeah.
So it can be tricky to find that good spot.
It's also tricky to rock a rhyme that's right
Yeah.
on time,
Exactly.
you know.
All right, it appears we are at break time.
We are to the
10-minute
break.
break.
Let's do this.
What
Let's
do we
put
do?
us on the camera and show off that ring.
Oh, yeah, the big
You ready
one.
for that?
Yeah. I'm always.
Uh-oh.
No, see, you didn't
Not
even hit
that
the right
one.
button. Yeah, the other
This
one.
one.
There you
There
go.
you go.
Right there. Stanley Cup champions. Yeah, it's got my name on it and everything.
Pretty
or did I
good.
show you the wrong one? Wait.
It's
Oh, yeah,
that
it's on this
side.
side. It's on
There
the
you
other side.
So there you go. That's what happens when you're a super fan. They give you a ring when they win a championship.
Yeah, with my name and number, because they gave me a number back in 2003.
Hell
So
yeah.
I said when I got a cut, they're like, because there was a customizing option. I thought, would you like a number? I'm like, oh yes, sir, I would. I want my number, 03,
Yeah.
as well as my name.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Didn't they have you on the roster one year or something?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why I
that
got
was
that
that
number.
year?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was in 2003.
Yeah.
I was on the roster for a day, so they gave me the number 03.
That's very cool.
I turned it down initially because I didn't really understand. 'Cause
Really?
when they brought me the jersey, I just saw it as 3. And I
Right.
said, I can't take 3. And they thought I was like being a diva or something.
Yeah.
They're like, what are you talking about? And I said, that's Mr. Law's number. And if you ever met Paul Laws, the enforcer on the Panthers at the
Yeah.
time, no, it was Mr. Laws.
Yeah.
You did not call him Paul unless he told you could.
Right. Yeah.
I said, that's Mr. Laws' number. And they're like, no. And they like kind of unfurled it, and I saw 03. They're like, Paul Laws is 3. You're 03.
Yeah.
So it's different. And
Right.
I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, give me the jersey.
Yeah. A little more palatable at that point.
Yeah. Like you see it a lot
Especially
more
when
clearly
you're-
on my phone. That's well, it's backwards.
There you go.
No, it's.
It said.
I forgot it was going to be backwards. Superfan 03.
Nemrifuffs.
My
Nemrifuffs.
it's my lock screen
Yeah.
for my retro '90s style jersey.
Nemrifuffs. All right, I'm going to stop trying to say that backwards. Let's see here.
What is it, a Mr. Mitzelplick?
Yeah,
You got to
exactly.
try to say his name backwards,
Yeah.
you would disappear.
So there you see our production staff. That's Rob. And that's either Gianni or.
and Jeff, who
Yeah.
practically works here.
Oh, yeah.
every day I see
I mean, he
him.
puts in work here,
Yeah.
and he gets paid.
Definitely.
So
Oh,
you can
yeah,
say
that's,
that.
that's even
yeah.
better. All right, here, let me just
Here.
get this. I don't know. I'm too young for a bad back. I don't know why I made that sound.
There you
Sorry,
go.
bad back.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'll just see if I can go through some of these. Yeah, exactly. Don't be afraid to bring one of them back. You want to?
Oh, just throw it out.
Yeah, no. Dr. Pepper. Yeah. Bring that with you. Thank you, sir. Okay. Let's see if I can show you some stuff here, folks. PBKennelClub.com. That's the website. And let me make it where I can interact with it. We'll get this thing out of the way. That is the Hard Rock Bet, the app for the forgiveness bet. It's the deal is you can bet up to $100, and if you lose, they'll just credit your account with whatever you bet. So that's why it's called the no regret bet. I did it. I put $100 on the Chicago Bears to beat whoever they were playing. I didn't even look at who they were playing. My faith in the Bears was rewarded. It was one of the only 4 games that they won this year. So this is what you see when you go to pbkennelclub.com. We got a lot of offerings, a lot of things to show you here. You can click on here and go to the different subject headings to go to see things, or you can just dial through this side. There's OTB, there's poker, Paddock Live, dining, comedian, wrestling superstar Tyrus. He's going to be here February 21st and 22nd. But it looks like those are sold out, unfortunately. Sorry to say. So I just wanted to, tempt you a little bit with something you couldn't have. But they do sell out our show, so go click on here. It'll take you to where you can reserve, or you can call up the Paddock. The Paddock phone number is 561-683-2222, extension 119. I'm sorry, 140. Call 140. That'd be better. February 14th, Valentine's Day. That is the dinner and a show featuring Evis. And there, it's under events. We'll go to events here so you can see along with me. We already rang in 2025. The Firefighter Charity is this weekend, the Fallen Firefighter Memorial Classic, Poker Classic. Proceeds go to creating a Fallen Firefighter Memorial Park in Palm Beach County, commissioning a Fallen Firefighter Remembrance Statue, to provide assistance for surviving families to attend Fallen Firefighter Memorials. It is a no-limit hold'em tournament. $50 to buy in, $20 rebuys, $20 add-ons. Half the proceeds go into the prize pool, half the proceeds go to the charity. It's a great way to raise money. Our players love it. We love it for them. Poker's kind of hard-nosed. They're in here trying to beat each other out of their money. That's the nature of the game. So when it comes to doing something to give back to the community, they really take the opportunity, and it's fantastic to see such good things and good feelings coming out of these hard-nosed guys that are normally trying to beat the crap out of each other. The Pegasus World Cup Invitational is coming up on January 25th. The Palm Beach Card Show, PBKC Sports Card Show, Sunday, February 2nd, upstairs. Usually get 70, 80 vendors, maybe more. At one point, it's a lot of sports cards, sports memorabilia, but at one point there was a full-size Superman statue up here with a cape and everything. So you never know what you'll see in these collectibles collections. It is fantastic if you just want to walk around and look at the stuff. It's just fantastic. So come on in there.
Hope you like Pepsi. They don't have Dr. Pepper.
That's okay. This will be fine.
Pepsi, Diet Pepsi, Starry, or Mountain Dew.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Anyway, Sports Card Show starts at 10 a.m., goes through 3 p.m. It's on the second floor of the upstairs tournament area. Let's see, the big game party. That's always important. February 9th for the Super Bowl.
Game. Yeah.
It's $45 buffet, 140 TVs for you to look at, a beer bucket special, and football ticket giveaways for next year.
Wish I could go.
That's a party.
Yeah.
That's a party right there.
There's sort of an unwritten rule among us dealers. You only get Super Bowl Sunday off if your team's playing.
Right.
And I'm a Dolphin fan, so
Right.
I've worked every Super Bowl Sunday here at PBKC since I've been employed here.
Well, unfortunately, Matt, as a Bears fan, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. Okay, so the moneymaker, again, is the February 12th through the 25th. We'll have what is normally our regular monthly multi-flight as the first weekend setup with $300 buy-in tournament. And then the big one, the main event, will start on Thursday of the second week. And that can get you into a really, really high prize pool. There will be satellites throughout and ways to get in for less than the $1,500 buy-in. But, yeah, come check us out. That's the Moneymaker. Chris Moneymaker comes down and plays cards. He plays live games.
Yeah,
he plays in almost – he played in – I don't know, 10 tournaments, one time he comes down and really supports the event. He's a fun guy. He's heard it all, so he's got the best comebacks in the world. Yeah. So that's worth coming and checking out. That's February 12th through the 25th. Again, Chris McDonald, he is the king. That's the Valentine's Day show. February 14th here at the Paddock. Dinner and a show. It's I don't know. If you've never been to a dinner and a show, you need to come see one. It's fantastic.
Right now.
With the audience. Yeah. And Cyrus, I wish I could tell you to come on down and buy a ticket to see him, but apparently both shows are sold out. Maybe we can get him to do another one. I don't know. If he's sold out both shows already, that might be worth it. There you go. Rebel Stakes is happening on February 22nd. That's $1.25 million Rebel Stakes, the Razorback Championship, and the Honeybee Stakes. Ooh. It looks like they're coming back and starting to play, Matt, so I'm going to put us back on the table. If you want more information, again, check out pbkennelclub.com. We have lots to offer. So even if you heard everything I said and wasn't interested, check it out anyway, because there's even more stuff on there.
Why would they not be interested? I'd be interested.
I was just
as hell.
Yeah, maybe I talk funny. They might need to look at it on their own.
I was going to say, I ain't taking the blame for that one. They legit said, no, we haven't had that in weeks. I'm like, weeks?
Yeah. I haven't been up here in weeks. I'm in my hole downstairs now with all the paperwork. All righty. Looks like we're going back to Mike on Mike. Bruce's big blind, right? He just let it go. We're at 488 now.
20K in orbit.
It looked like it just went check, check. And Mike checks. Alrighty. Kind of a lot of nothing. Nobody being too cagey about it. Mike's got a full made straight in his hand, but he needs something like that to show up on board. Again, in Omaha, you must play 2 cards exactly from your hand and 3 cards exactly from the board. No variations, no 1 card straights or flushes or anything. You play 2 from your hand and 3 from the board. That is the brutality of this game.
Easy there, Shao Kahn.
Yeah.
Gotta do the voice if we're gonna call it that.
Brutality.
I'm more of a Shang Tsung.
Don't I know it? Could have whatever schedule I want when I was doing my superfan thing, but now that I hung up the cape,
That's right.
or whatever scheduling, you guys think I'm exaggerating. He literally did the finger point thing. He was like, "Your soul is mine." Not forever, but by my math, probably for like the next 18 months.
Yeah. I still you give you a game day off here and there.
Yeah. Well, I got a mini plan for Christmas, so. Apparently, I was the toughest person in the world to shop for Christmas presents, but now that I don't have season tickets anymore, I became the easiest. They're like, yeah, just get him a mini plan. So my in-laws did, and I'm like, hey, a mini plan, awesome. It's just what I wanted.
Yeah. Yeah, that works. All righty. Coming back around, starting with Mike C and seat 4. He's on the board as Mike. It's because there's 2 Mikes in the tournament, and when they went to final table, they switched the labels for Mike and Mike. Oh, Mike just hustle folded 9s. He hasn't been watching.
No, I was going to say, it's, I mean, at least limp and see a flop.
Oh, yeah. It's a guaranteed 9 on the flop.
I said, I'm going to play that rush till it stops coming.
All right, Eric will play. Come over to Jeff, who will also call. No, Jeff is raising. Jeff makes it, what, 25?
What is this?
20. He made it 20 to go.
Bruce with the kings, Lance with the 5s. Wow, the way this is going, I'm starting to think I'm going to get pocket pair.
Yep. My first instinct is this goes fold, fold, but I have been wrong in the past. Now Eric actually has the value in the pot to call, should he want to. He has close to.
I'm legit surprised he called there,
Yeah.
just because of what the pot odds and what they were. Just I would have thought he would, if he was going to play. I'm not surprised he's playing, but
You should have thought he would have raised.
wow,
Jeff just flops.
Flops
Flops a straight with the flush draw.
I'm either going with his stack. I'm either all in or I fold.
He's going to check it, isn't he? Let's see.
He did the sleeve check. Did you see that?
No. I thought it was on Eric.
Oh, okay, it is. All right, because I'm watching Jeff and I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah. I give Jeff credit. A lot of people, whenever they make a hand, they can't continue their conversation. Oof, that's bad timing from Eric.
Finish him.
Yeah. Jeff will. He's going to protect him. He's going to raise. I shouldn't say that. That's not what that move is about.
No,
Jeff makes
it's
it
about
70.
flopping Broadway and trying to get paid.
Max value, yeah. So.
Because he's already got the Broadway. Oh.
And the redraw.
Right,
so,
right. Chance.
yeah. So now Eric's going to need a lot of luck.
A whole bunch of help.
Yeah.
That's not it. It
That'll
gives him
do
more
it.
outs, though,
Yeah.
for the flush draw, but nope.
Jeff wins.
That'll do it there.
Flawless
Yeah.
victory. Brutality.
Yep, took it to him on that one. That was just poor timing. Something, and you never know. That move could work.
Oh, the worst move at the table. Doritos.
Are they back?
Yeah,
What the hell with the Doritos?
in seat 2.
We're gonna have
They just
orange
pulled them
cards.
off
Yeah, well,
frame,
you remember
yeah.
Mark had a set,
Yeah.
had a bag earlier.
It's for entirely practical purposes. If anybody from the Doritos company is watching, please sponsor us.
Yeah, no, we don't mind. I just had the minis. They come in the the
Right,
Pringles
we'll
bag.
put them all over the place. We just won't put them on
Yeah.
the table, but we'll put them everywhere else. We'll have them at the broadcast booth. We'll be munching on Doritos. It'll be great. I prefer Cool Ranch myself.
Yeah, that's what these were. They're they're in it looks like a Pringles pack, but inside they're just tiny Doritos.
Oh,
You get a pretty good corn chip to Dorito dust mix with that smaller chip. I was actually impressed with the Sun Chips. They actually were much better. You know how wheat chips can get a little sweet.
why are you saying it like that? Why are you
Sun
putting so much
Chips?
emphasis on the H?
Why am I saying what way?
We haven't seen
Whip.
Jacks a lot. We've seen Queens and Nines all day, but Jacks are new, I think.
Yeah. 6, 7, 10. There's nobody connecting that straight.
Mike, flopping the devil.
He's got the best of it so far.
Foosball
Diamond
is
draw's
the
showing
devil.
up. But he's got the diamonds too, so
Exactly.
Lance is going to lead out.
He's already ahead. He doesn't even need to hit anything, but he seems the likeliest to hit something.
One of Lance's jacks is a diamond though, so you're thinking he might be good. Looks like Mike's move call behind him. Over to Bruce.
River
Graphics
card.
lagging just a little
An
bit.
each.
Again, that's a
That's-
table update. We need
that
to
is-
do
yeah,
a
that-
software update for you guys.
That is a fabulous card
8
for
on
Lance.
the river
Yeah.
gives him
The
the
straight
straight.
to the queen.
Mike didn't like it a bit.
Nor should he.
Nope, but he's a seasoned veteran, and he senses trouble. He doesn't like to make this fold, but he's
his,
going to make this fold.
Straight draw. Like a lot of, not just that particular straight draw. There's a lot of straight draws out there with
Yeah.
that board plus an
Yeah.
8. So, about 50 different ways to get burned on that one.
Yep, and I think both of the other players knew it.
9 and a piece.
Yeah, new guy in production plus software glitch. That's what this is. We want to thank everybody for watching. We appreciate it. This is Palm Beach Kennel Club, PBKC, the coolest card room in South Florida.
Literally. Look at those hoodies.
During the winter. Yeah.
Plenty of action here in our tournament today. They don't call us the Action Palace for nothing.
That's right. And you know, Matt, I have a theory on that. We were playing for quarters for so long that people just got into the habit of coming up here and playing just for the heck of it.
Right.
That now they come up here and play just for the heck of it, you know. It's pretty good for the business. Pretty good, really good for poker. It makes for really good poker.
That's why I don't play as much as I used to.
Yeah.
I got to drive all that way down there.
Yeah, I know. And if you don't have a good day, it's so much more tough.
I know. That the drive home is the worst.
Yeah. I did that. I got bounced on the bubble in my last tournament.
Ooh.
It's terrible. Play 4.5 hours and
Pain.
they get knocked out for nothing. Well, okay. Charlie goes with it and gets paid off. He's been waiting for cards and hasn't been getting them, so now he's putting into play.
Well,
And the
we're
play worked
down-
out for that one.
We're down to 6. We're paying 4.
That's
so,
right.
The action's going to get a little tense here, as it typically does, because everybody wants to win the money. Nobody wants to be that guy
Yeah, really.
that gets this far and then bubbles.
Yeah, I was just mentioning something about that.
It's very tough.
All right.
I mean, I've bubbled tournaments. I've won tournaments. I've been the first guy out of tournaments.
Had
And if
that
you don't make the
distinction as
money,
well.
especially if you're out somewhere like Vegas, you know,
Yeah,
I don't want to bubble.
right.
If I'm going to get knocked out, knock me out like
Yeah.
in the first level.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I should have just
I'll go
taken
down
my,
and, go have fun.
yeah, should have taken my tournament buy-in and just thrown it into the first slot machine I saw when I walked in. I would have still lost, but it would have only taken me about 10 minutes. Lance with the pocket queens this time. Charlie's holding one. Mike's coming along with a suited ace. And Jeff with pocket nines again. He had quad nines earlier, so he doesn't mind seeing the pocket nines. I'll be darned. So now Mike has got the diamond
See, I
draw.
told you, nines all day.
Jeff's got the set
I can't
of
believe Lance
nines.
folded them earlier with like disgust.
I
Like,
know.
ew, nines, get out of here.
know.
I'm like, what? That's the nuts.
Jeff moves all in to isolate Mike in his diamond draw. Lance has got pocket queens and queens alone, so I don't think he's going to be coming along. But we'll see. Lets him go. Jeff and Mike will be heads up.
Oh, this is Twubbo.
Yeah, it's a draw versus a set. So even if the diamonds get there,
Yeah, not a lot of diamonds left.
still not out of the woods. Yeah, there's only 4 left in the active in the deck.
And ooh, that gives Mike a couple more
That
outs.
gives him, yeah, he's
for
got the straight draw now.
River card.
No, the wrong one.
Nope.
Wrong part of the straight. Your game, Mike. Always entertaining watching Mike play. He's a hell of a player. He's a thinking man's player.
So 3
And-
players at our final table gone. 5 players left.
There's that coveted bubble. And the Jeff gets Jeffier.
Did you just make a verb out of him? No, an adjective. Okay, no, the verb is action.
That's right.
Like you just got jeffed. That would be the verb.
It was a play on words. The rich get richer. Yeah.
Right. Well, he does have that nickname, Trainwreck.
Oh, look at that.
Like he could have said, "You just got train wrecked."
That's excellent. They're all going to chip in and pay the bubble. What a group of nice guys. See, this is another reason to come play here, folks. They're paying $4. They all just chipped in $25 a piece to give $125 to the 5th place guy. So technically, there is no bubble. Yeah, please lift that up off the table. You are not betting that right now, sir.
No. There's none of that. And how do we know that's the case? Maybe they're looking to all contribute to a order at the fabulous Paddock Restaurant.
It could be. Good food at the Paddock. Almost got the tomahawk today. They have a tomahawk steak. Oof, forget about it.
Date night got a little pricey, so no tomahawk for me this week.
Yeah.
Next week, maybe. We'll talk.
All righty.
Saw one of our floor people who barely weighs $105 just demolish the tomahawk.
She can do it.
It was,
do it.
and she's like, and she was like proud of it. She was like flexing. She's like, what do you think of that? I'm like, I'm looking at you, and I looked at that steak, and the way you just demolish it so easily, you might have legit digestive tract issues. You should see a doctor.
So Mike just flopped a straight with a flush draw and a straight flush draw. Lance hit a set of 10s. So it is made versus made, but they both look like drawing hands. Jeff safely.
And I was about to say, like, watch Jeff win some crazy how.
Yeah.
runner straight.
That's a straight flush.
It is a straight flush.
So now Mike
and a full house.
Mike has won the hand.
So and he gonna get paid.
And Lance has an 8 also. That's sick.
Wait, 8, 9, 10, 10, 10. Oh, this. Oh, dang it! Whoops. Flush.
Yep.
Not straight flush. I need a 7.
Oh, I thought it's queen.
Right.
Yeah, I thought he hit the straight flush. All right.
Before the chat explodes.
So Mike is still, my Lance is good
7.
right now. Now
never
he's
mind.
super
Quads.
Good. Mike lost the quads with Jeff.
Yeah.
Jeff had quads against Mike also. He's going to bet the value bet. That should get called probably.
Right.
25. Mike will probably put that in there. He's down to 89. He was sitting on a lot fatter stack earlier. But, losing the quads twice is going to do that to you.
Oh, it's going to hurt so bad.
Yep. He's got 4 10s full of 8s. That's not a real thing, folks. I'm kidding.
Full house, right.
But he's got quad 10s now.
I once dealt quads with trips.
Yeah.
All 7 of the cards were playing. They're like,
Yeah.
what would you call that? I'm like, well, if you upgrade from houses to hotels Monopoly,
Right.
I dub thee a full hotel. Quads in the set. What does that pay? I'm like, and I pushed in the chips. I said, the pot.
Right. Here you go. This.
So like, no, I mean promotion-wise. I'm like, the quads are nice, but there's a straight flush on the high hand board. So
I want to go back, and we might have to wait until we get the new place, but I want to go back to giving away T-shirts. If somebody gets a super high hand like that.
Or if you get like a high hand, but it's like there's already something like
Right.
better on the
Right.
board, and you don't win. Okay. I hit quads, and all I got was this T-shirt.
Right. That'd be fun.
Yeah, fun for us. I don't know how the players would feel about it, though.
Oh, yeah. I wonder if they only wear it washing their car or something.
I mean, I've got a sense of humor. If I was a player and they gave me that I'm like, I'd wear it.
Yeah.
I'm like, you got a 3X? I'm kind of a big guy. Don't come back with a schmedium.
All right. Getting involved over here in seat 6. He's been quiet. Waiting on good cards. Kind of getting the
dealer's like, I had enough. I'm out of here.
The fluff.
See y'all
but
later.
made a huge play. Not a huge play, but a great play a couple hands ago, and then takes that pre-flop. Looks like blinds have gone up again. Or have no, that's still 4 and 8. Okay. Over to Charlie. Jeff sitting on something sort of playable. I'm a lot tighter. I don't come in with that unless I'm raising, but yeah, he does it. 20 grand. I was right. It's 5 and 10.
Lance. I think hitting quad 10s will be a little tougher this time.
Yeah, that's the only spot where I'd want that hand. Actually, I'd want it where I haven't paid money for it. Bruce takes his kings in the middle.
I mean, he's down to
got all of his chips stacking them up.
71K, yeah.
Yeah. Jeff, it appears, called. So we got AKJ versus KK8. They both have one other card, but
Case 10 on the flop, watch.
that would be amazing. I mean, it worked for Mike. Wow.
It is an ace, though.
Yeah.
So Jeff takes a commanding lead in the hand.
Super. Oh, wow. Stinger on the river. Bruce, buddy, have a seat.
Case king on the river.
Get comfy, my friend. You just doubled up.
I mean, that's the thing with one-outers.
You hit them
Most
sometimes.
people, no, when they see them, it's like this rare, like amazing play, and
Yeah.
I know the math, and technically it's true. It's just that in this job,
You see
we
so
see
many
it
times.
so much.
Yeah,
I mean, they're
yeah.
like, oh,
It's
because
the
you know
law
he's
of big
going to tell
numbers.
he's going to
Yeah.
tell all of his friends. He's all like, man, I was down to one card and right on the river, bam, I hit my card, and it's an amazing story for that person.
Yeah.
But for me, it's Thursday afternoon.
Right. So we are at 5, 10, 10. The blinds did go up. We got two very short stacks.
And I know it's like
two
that because
medium short stacks.
I mean, when you're playing, it's
Yeah.
so much different because I still remember, because I've only gotten one in my entire life,
Yeah.
a royal flush. And yes, I hit the 10 of hearts on the river
Yeah.
for my heart royal. And even though I had been dealing for a few years, I'm like, wow, awesome. And in my head, I'm like, dude, you see that like 10, 12 times a week.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, but this time the chips are getting pushed to me. I'm not pushing the chips to the other person.
Wow. Bruce lays down a textured hand. Over to Lance, who has middle cards. He will call, Charlie will check, and we will see a flop three-handed. Oh, no, Mike's still in.
Yep.
So we got 4 players to the flop.
I was about to say we can't see his cards, but he's probably got 9s. And then a 9 comes on the flop. I'm like, well, it would be fabulous if that's what he has. I know the math says it's unlikely, but because there's only 2 9s left, and I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
I wouldn't bet against him at this point.
Lance leads out and gets a caller from Jeff. Mike is going to lay it down.
Turn card A7.
It actually favors him because that's in his cards range. He bets another 10. No, 13.
Jeff needs
Jeff
an 8.
will call.
And it's the 9. It's always the 9s.
Yeah, it is always the 9s. He should lead out again.
Lance with the streets.
Although he wins.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, no, he paused because he's like, okay, how much can I bet to where
Right.
he'll actually
What's
call?
the value number?
Right.
Yeah.
So, because I'd like to get some chips with my street, please.
open him to take it away, though. I mean, I don't know if he would lay that down, but if Jeff jams right now, it'd be tough for him to
I'd
make
be
that
shocked
call.
if Jeff jams right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's always the double-edged sword. You know,
Yeah.
you bet to take it out, take him down, and then somebody just goes over the top of you for more than you've got. It changes your calculus a little bit. Alrighty. Not a lot of action here. Not a lot to play with.
Well, nobody's got nines.
We haven't, yeah, this is the first time we have seen, like, nobody have really anything. So.
And there's the flop. A king for Charlie, a 4 for Jeff.
Six,
Oh, kings and
seven.
sevens, actually. I
Yeah.
misspoke. Charlie, 2 pair. Jeff seems to be heart short on that board.
Yeah, he's looking for a 5. He'll take a jack, but
Jack,
that's.
okay, it's two pair now, but it's
And he called.
Charlie's got the better 2 pair.
Yep. But this case,
he does have
a
more
4
outs,
or
though.
Jack is live, 5 is live, or
Queen
Queen
is
doubles
nuts.
Charlie. Yeah, he's the winner.
Calling for a quick replay.
Boop. Big winner today.
That's why I say it out
Really
loud.
good
What
look
I
at the chips
see is
there.
what I think is the winning card. So before I can even turn them over,
Yeah.
if I do make a misread, because dealers aren't perfect, gives the player a chance to say, whoa, 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 hang on. I got
Yeah.
a 2 pair there, buddy. Take another crack at it. Look.
That's a good rule that we have here in the state of Florida. Open cards speak. If all the bets are in, you turn your cards over. It doesn't matter who can see it.
It doesn't matter.
Anybody can say it, right? Cards speak. Which would be freaky if that were true. Can't do the update until we're done, right? Okie dokie. Yeah, it is a little weird, but that's okay.
The answer's always yes. It's like a standing answer.
Right.
Yes, always yes.
Yeah. Alrighty. Blind versus blind again. Mike and Jeff. You guys that have played many, many hands together.
This is one of those you've got so many outs you can't possibly miss.
Right.
And yet you'll somehow miss.
Right.
15 outs to the river.
Mike called him on that little bet.
Oh, no, he did hit one.
He did
Okay.
get there, yeah.
So it's just me, apparently, that happens to.
Yeah.
18 outs. Can't hit a frickin' one.
Yeah, no, that's me. That's all I say. I had too many outs.
Ever see that movie Bull Durham?
Yeah.
You couldn't hit water if you fell out of an effing boat. It does feel that way sometimes when you
Yep.
have 15 plus outs.
No, I've gone in my life from calling myself a professional poker player to being 100% convinced I had no idea about how to play poker.
Right. That was always the joke. And even when I play, if I hear somebody else say it, I'm always going to give them that smart alecky response.
Right.
I'm a professional poker player. Oh, yeah? What's your day job?
Yeah. About right.
There's like 20 people on this whole planet that are actually professional poker players.
It's a really, really great part-time job and a really, really crappy full-time job. Let me tell you, those waves come.
Honestly, there's people on Wall Street with less stressful day-to-day lives.
That's true. And the other thing is, unless you're really good at payroll, account management, and all that, your money's always in play.
Right.
You don't ever have a free dollar. Every time you spend something, you're missing it somewhere else.
That's my background. I said before I was a poker dealer, I was an accountant.
Yeah.
So, I mean, when you think about it, my job hasn't really changed.
Right.
I'm still in charge of keeping track of the money, making sure it goes to the right people. And it's just I can work way less hours for the same money.
Betting the orange chips. You know, he's got those red chips over there. And it's not just him, it's everybody. Right. Everybody does it. I think it's that the smaller denomination chips are more like throwaway chips. You don't care as much about them. You want to keep the big ones, you know. But it's interesting. That changes
some
how I
people build
react.
like walls of chips with it, thinking it's like intimidating. But I'm like, if you've got like 7 stacks of ones, you're trying to intimidate me, and I got a stack and a half of red, I'm like, congratulations, we got the same amount of chips, pretty much. You're not going to intimidate me.
This is interesting. I thought Mike might go all in right there.
Why? He didn't have 9s.
All right.
If he had 9s, oh, that's a snapshot, my friend. All right. King 8 Jack.
So he hits top pair.
Nice, nice. Oh, we got names with it, too. Usually I just get the place, and I kind of have to watch the screen and ascertain.
Mike, I think this is going to do it. This is going to do it for Mike. Lance has got ace. Oh, he's got the club draw.
Right.
He's got the club draw.
Lance needs an out, but he's 2-1. There's one of the outs. Mike needs a jack or a 10, and that is not a jack or a 10.
Nope. Nice job, Mike. Sorry we got your name wrong there at the end.
Yep.
We had you right throughout the tournament, and then right there whenever we got the final table, they switched you and Mike.
Right, they switched it, but
still the chips were right.
Yeah. But if they're pushing me the chips and the money in the tournament, I'm like, hey, you know what? You can get my name wrong all day, as long as I get the cash at the end of it. You can call me John Jacob Jickenheimer Schmidt.
Yep.
You'll not hear a peep out of me.
That's my name too.
Yeah.
You're not going to believe this, man. His name is my name, too.
I actually have a Facebook friend like that.
Yeah.
Never met him.
But he's got your same first and last.
It's so freaky. Not only do we have the same first and last name, our dads are also have the same name.
That's crazy.
And we both have an autistic daughter.
Yeah.
Even though we've never met.
It was weird. My ex-girlfriend that lived in Ohio, I went up there, and we stayed with her sister and her sister's husband, and he had my brother's same first name, spelled the same, and they had the same birth date in the same year.
Wow.
So.
And in Florida it says, so sunny, where's my shades? Well, I don't know about your shades, but my shades are on my head.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Welcome, Ann. It is sunny South Florida. Today, less so than average.
Which is good because it was actually warm outside today.
Yeah.
So we could have used an overcast day today.
Yeah.
Hasn't really rained at all.
I love it. Feeling a little tiny bit cold. Ooh, Lance hit the full house there. I don't know if Charlie can call that. Yeah, no. He's got
Not this time.
Nothing really to call with there. Lance going a little bit of a run here toward the end, knocking out Mike, taking down that $45,000 pot. Now he's at $283,000 and at least If he's not first, he's second in chips. I wish we could hear what they're saying right now, because I imagine it has something to do with.
Perhaps making some kind of arrangements.
Yes, they definitely look like they're counting up chips
That
here.
is the streaming broadcasters. We dare not speak its name.
Yep. Oh, there comes the magic notebook out. I'm afraid they're going to do it. Very fortunate for Lance to take those last two hands.
I hope it's not a magic notebook.
Yeah.
That he's writing names in, because the anime geek in me is like, no, don't, they'll die. It's a Death Note joke.
It appears they're going to work out an ICM.
Appearances can be deceiving.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not.
In an ICM
in this
chop.
case, but right.
There's a couple ways you can chop the tournament. In one, you pay everybody fourth place and then chop the rest by the chips. In one, you take the total prize pool and chop it by the chips.
Right.
You know. So
then there used to be like preset amounts, like give me this much and that much.
Right.
Everybody was into that for a while.
Right.
Now nobody is.
Right.
It's all
ICM. Straight player
right.
deal. Yeah, a straight player deal. Well, that's for friends. But if you're not a friend, then I don't want to give you anything. You know, I want exactly what I should get. It appears that they are working on some sort of a deal. That is Charles, Bruce, Jeff, and Lance. They've battled it out. Started with 37, $150 buy-in. Battled down to the money.
Yep. Got one out it a few times.
Yep.
All of them.
All of them did. Exactly.
Lance by quads.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah.
How often? How sick is that? It happened
no,
just
he
once.
had quads once.
Okay, he didn't get. Okay, because
Yeah.
I know Jeff hit quads.
Jeff hit quads against Mike, and then Lance hit
okay,
quad
I thought
tens
it was-
against
okay.
Mike also. Yeah.
Right, so it was Mike. He got hit.
Mike got
twice.
hit with quads twice. Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
That's what I'm saying. That's how you turn 280,000 into nothing.
Yeah, I mean that's how often. I'm saying how often does that happen in life?
Right.
Not very. And then it happened twice in the same tournament.
Right.
Dude, no.
That's why this place is called the Action Palace, buddy.
I'd be looking for the nearest priest, and I say, hey, can you do
Oh,
like
yeah.
that exorcism thing? Because
Oh,
apparently I got demons.
Burning, yeah. You gotta get the temple.
Get the holy water, you know.
Yeah. Get the, what's that called? The temple incense. Sage your house. All right.
Don't believe those numbers.
That is the regular tournament
Right.
payout.
That's the scheduled payouts, right? But if they ICM chop, those numbers will be lies.
And if they say yes. Gentlemen. Oh, the tension. Oh.
The tension and the audio. The tension of the audio.
Wish we could hear more of that. We'll get that fixed again, folks.
Sure.
Tune in tomorrow. It'll all be updated and fine.
That's where I've seen him.
Pushing the chips in. Who?
Driving me nuts.
Where?
Him.
Yeah.
I was trying to think, where have I seen him before? And it was a freaking movie. It wasn't actually him. Dotson.
Oh.
Dotson. We've got Dotson here.
We got Dotson
I'm like,
here.
it's freaking Dotson.
Nobody cares. Yeah. Okay, so that's
I
a
was
deal,
trying to
folks.
figure out the shades in the hat. I said, I know I've
Right.
seen that.
Yeah.
I couldn't put my finger on it. Just figured it out.
We got Lance in first place with 1370. Jeff takes the second place with 1136. Bruce coming in
Okay, don't be camera
third
shy.
at
Put you on TV right now.
886. And Charlie hung around until we couldn't get rid of him anymore and took home $861.
Well, he had to go meet Dennis Nedry real quick.
That's
so,
right.
you know.
Yeah. Which, I mean, that's not bad to make a deal to get twice what
No,
fourth place is and
no,
fourth place.
that's-
Yeah. So, and not that he couldn't have taken all the chips on the table, but they all could have. So, you know, it's a good deal. They were good guys. Always a pleasure, you know.
Indeed.
It's a pleasure. Speaking of which, it's a pleasure to be back on here.
Right,
and
yeah, it's
speaking
been a
to the-
minute.
speaking to the people at home. Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
been a while.
you're on every show, but
Yeah, not
in
here.
the chat,
Right.
It's a little different when you're in the booth. 'Cause
Yeah.
I can say a little more, when I'm in the chat. I get away with more.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Innuendo too.
Because I don't use my real name. It's
Yeah.
that's the glory of the internet.
Yeah. Well, that's all we got, folks. That's the Thursday PLO $3,000 guaranteed tournament here at Palm Beach Kennel Club.
Stretch there.
There you go.
Be sure to like, follow, subscribe as always, and hit that notification bell so that you know when we go live, because tomorrow we're going to do our Deepstack 130 10K guarantee, and then on Saturday we're doing the Progressive Bounty.
Always a winner.
All right, and what do we got after that, boss? We got the Moneymaker coming in February.
Moneymaker coming up in February. We got a bunch of events. Again, go to pbkennelclub.com for the
We're doing the
full
monthly
on.
before and then going into the Moneymaker?
No, we're going to put the Moneymaker.
Okay.
Yeah, those are together.
I was confused.
Yeah. No, we want to save our mojo for whenever Chris is in town. So we'll put our big tournament with his and make some magic happen in
Tony
the
will
next 2
appreciate
weeks or in those 2 weeks. Yeah.
Makes
Well,
it all
Tony's a good
happen.
guy. Tony Burns runs it.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys know. Tony Burns runs it. It's moneymakerpt.com. You check it out. They travel all over the place, not just here. If they're anywhere near you, you want to go see it. Again,
Yes, definitely.
nice group of guys. Andy, the guys that run the from everywhere. Omar, the guy that takes the pictures. Omar's virtuoso
Right.
with the camera.
Tony
dude.
said we're going, you should, come out to the next one. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, where's the next one? He's like, Ohio. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, I cannot go to Ohio.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say up in like Jacksonville or something. And I
Yeah.
could drive up there.
they do that too.
Yeah, they
but,
are up there,
you
just
know,
just not that time.
Yeah.
All right, so on behalf of our production crew, which was James and Robert and Gene, I'm Matt F.
Barlington. James,
Barlington,
Robert, and
okay.
Barlington,
I wasn't
and
Gene,
Gianni.
Gianni.
Was, yeah,
in the
he was
booth,
training.
Yes,
So
training hard.
yeah, it's a tough
I
run
know
for
this
him
guy.
to train hard. Yeah, especially with our glitching happening. So hopefully that didn't frustrate him too much, or you either if you're watching at home. But we'll get all that fixed and ready.
I got
for
stories
tomorrow.
about being training and everything.
Going
We're
really
we're signing
wrong.
off.
Really
so
wrong
we're not gonna.
That's
Yeah.
right.